funk. Thoughts deep, boys steeped in the depths that he sunk. Big stress, depressed in the middle of fall. Sky gray, I late in the thick of it all. I wonder, how long can a human survive just staying alive or carrying the rest of the tribe? Waiting for the day to arrive or struggling dies, and I be doing way, way more than getting by. So why? Cop myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, cop myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Eyes realize life is so much more than just living a day. Every day I can sit and reflect and breathe and connect to myself and know that I've been given. See, giving up is not an option. So when I'm looking at gray skies, I'll be adopting a new way to deal with a test. Lord, relieve me of stress to bring me looking like when blessings drop in. And so I got myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, here we go. Yeah, let's do this. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. In times of test, let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. In times of test, let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. Woo.
Warning, the following image and/or content may be disturbing, offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. It is Wednesday, y'all. What's up with it? What's up with it, y'all? It's Wednesday. Salute, welcome. Welcome to the lounge, Welcome. Appreciate y'all tuning in to tonight's show. Welcome. Yes, your boy Urban been on the road. He been on going Live streaming for what this night streaming tonight? Shoot, damn.
What?
I've been on the road, y'all. So yeah. So once again, I appreciate y'all tuning in on this on Wednesday show. This is the Ask Urban Anything show. My executive producers and also the brethren and my loyal supporters and the Lounge family, they love it when I do this show. They love when I do the Ask Urban Anything show. All right. So they wanted me to do the show more often. All right. And so I told them I will oblige that and do the show more often. Normally what I do is that I do the show just once a month, and that's it. So I'm trying to increase it just a little bit. So this is the second time this month that I am doing this show. All right. So there you go. There you go. So those of y'all who are not familiar with how the Ask Urban Anything show works, this is the show where you have the opportunity to ask me any questions your heart desire. You can either do it in the chat or you could actually hit the link as well too, and we can have a conversation. All right. So you can either do it in the chat or you can hit the link and have a conversation with me, or you could do both. You could be doing both. Put the stuff in the chat and have a conversation with me up there. Shit, I don't care. Whatever suits your fancy. Whatever suits your fancy. Whatever you want to do is fine with me. I don't care, you know what I'm saying? But this is the show where you have the opportunity to do that, because on my other shows, as y'all can see, I don't too much be dropping links, you know what I'm saying, unless the show is geared towards that, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. It is what it is. So we figure ready want to dive into this Ask Urban Anything show, right? We figure ready to get into this discussion, everything, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do, we finna get it. But first, shout out to everyone who are in the building right now. Salute, I see you. Salute. We got Lino in the building. We got my brother SBK in the building as well too. Salute to both of y'all. And salute to everyone who are in the bushes. And salute to everyone who are catching the replay. Salute. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. We actually got our first question for tonight too, y'all. Captain Scarf asked this: Jesus or Muhammad, who is better? To be honest with you, brother, whoever you subscribe to, that's who's better. All right. So that's how the way I'm going to answer that question. Whoever you subscribe to, that's who better. If you subscribe to Jesus, then Jesus is better. You subscribe to Muhammad is better. Hell, you subscribe to Lucifer or Satan is better. That is you personally. All right. So that's how the way I'm going to answer that question. All right. So once again, this is the Ask Urban Anything show. All right, so Joe, she came into the building. Salute, Joe. Salute, welcome. Now, once again, this is the Ask Urban Anything show. I will be dropping the call-in line link shortly for y'all to call in, and y'all can come up and whatever questions you want to ask me, whatever conversations you want to have with me, this is the show to do that tonight. All right. But first, before we get into that, all right, I do want to share this with y'all. I had rant. A matter of fact, let me back. All right. Y'all remember on my other episodes, right? Y'all remember on my other episodes were was it like 2 shows ago? It might be 2 shows ago. I had shared with y'all 2 shows ago where it was a young lady who was trying to fight this dude, right? This dude was a content creator. Do y'all remember that, right? Y'all remember that? If you don't remember that, I can bring it to your remembrance, all right? So you could understand where I'm coming from on this. So matter of fact, let me go ahead and share this with you real quick so you could understand where I'm coming from, all right? So here it is.
You can have some manners.
Like I said, excuse you. What is you talking about?
You can have some fucking manners,
Like I
bitch.
said, excuse you.
You can have
What
some
you talking
manners.
about?
You
Like,
can have some-
like I said, excuse you. Fuck is you
You see what I'm
talking
saying, bro? I should really fuck you up. You can call your nigga down here too. What am I saying? You can call him. You got no fucking respect. Dumbass bitch. Suck my dick. And y'all niggas just be what? Word of mouth. Thought ass bitch.
Wait, come
Suck
here.
My dick. Suck my dick, dumbass bitch.
Wait, why she get on that?
Nigga, cause she was walking, ask Petey, bro. Petey's my.
She bumped into you with that shit. I seen it.
Walked in front of us and she was like,
She was bugging. She was like, she said, excuse me. She said, bitch, excuse you.
I said, what?
What's your ass?
What'd I say,
That's
Petey?
Jay Drunk. I don't even know.
I didn't say nothing crazy though the first time, right?
He was like, wait, can you have some manners? That's
Yeah, I said, can you have some manners? And she also, then she threw her fucking drink at me, fucking dumbass bitch.
She just started whining. Yo,
All right, so let's get into it, y'all. That was the clip that I shared with y'all, the show that I did 2 episodes ago, right? So the reason why I'm sharing that clip with y'all is because I actually have an update on this situation. I have a lot of updates on the situation now. So ever since then, the young lady, she had came out and shared her side of the story, as well as the content creator. He shared his side of the story. And also, there was a content creator that decided to bring them both onto his platform so they can make amends of the whole entire situation. And I got all that for y'all tonight so we can review that, all right? So I got that information for y'all, all right? So before we get into it, I do have another question. SBK said this. He said, my question is, do you have a picture available or you looking like Genuine? Bro, when we was talking about that over there at Queen Channel, I was doing my best to try to find them pictures, bro, but I could not find them. So I have to dig deeper into that. All right. So when I find it, I will most definitely post it for real, though. But however, some people was thinking that I was capping with them when I was telling them about what I was doing in my past life, how I had different women and, dating different women and different things like that. Some people thinking that, oh, you lying, Urban, about that. I have found pictures to prove that for sure. So let me show y'all these couple of pictures, all right, of some of these women that I had talked to in the past, all right? So here's the first picture. Here's the first picture right here of this young lady. This young lady here, we had dated for a short period of time, all right? We dated for a short period of time. This lady is a local actress over here in the state of Texas, all right? I actually been to a couple of her performance shows. One of the biggest shows that she had did is, what's the name of that? Oh, what's the name of that show with Jamie Foxx was in it? Jamie Foxx was in it, and they was singing and stuff, right? And there was Well, I can't think of it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It ain't Showgirls. It's not Showgirls. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Dreamgirls. That's what it was. Dreamgirls. So she was a actress in this show, Dreamgirls. All right. Her and her team had did a performance of Dreamgirls. All right. So she was one of the actors and she was a singer, stuff like that. And we had dated for a short period of time. All right. So that's one of the people or young ladies that I have dated in the past. All right. Here's another picture as well too. Let me show you. Pull it up. My bad. This picture big as hell. Damn. All right. So this is another young lady, like I was telling y'all, that it didn't matter to me about the ethnicity. It didn't matter to me about the race or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So here's another one young lady that I talked to in the past. All right. And here's another one picture of me chilling with her homegirl as well too. And the crazy part about it, when I show y'all this picture, right? Let me pull it up. All right. So the crazy part about this is that her homegirl, the girl that's on the right, she actually wanted to holler at me as well too. And y'all know how weird y'all women are, right? Well, when y'all see a man that y'all actually want, and you know y'all friends with each other, y'all know the weird stuff that y'all do. Y'all low key become, be territorial and all the different things like that. You know, y'all know how y'all are. Y'all know how y'all are, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So, but just like I say, y'all, when I be saying the stuff, I be saying, man, I don't be lying. I don't be capping about it at all. You know what I'm saying? I had a past life for real, literally. Had a past life for real. Sour Patch, salute, welcome. Second question, SBK asked this. He said, why was there so much pushback when you spoke of violence towards men from women the other day? I just don't understand. Bro, the reason why is because, to be quite honest with you, women honestly believe that they're not violent. I'm just going to call it for what it is. They honestly believe that they're not the violent one. They honestly believe that we are the violent one. We are the one who are corrupt and do things towards women all the time. You know what I'm saying? They believe that we are the toxic ones, but in reality, women be doing it too as well. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying. Lana say, wait, we're showing pictures of X tonight? Yeah, I guess so, bro. I guess that's what we're doing tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because apparently people, when I say stuff, people don't believe what I say. You know, this dude capping, whatever. You know, he don't look like he be pulling chicks. Bro, I'll be sharing some future pictures with y'all as well too. Well, when I find them, all right, I just have to dig deep for it, all right. Especially with the pictures where I was telling SBK that when people was calling me Baby Generon back in the day, for real. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just saying. But yeah, good questions. Appreciate it. Talk about, bro, you be holding down. But I'm a different person. I'm a different person now, y'all. I'm a totally different person than I was in the past. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So, but let's get back to the content. I'm going to once again drop the link shortly for y'all to come up and y'all can want to ask any questions that your heart desire. All right. So the young lady that I was telling y'all about, right? She had a rebuttal video about her whole entire behavior, okay? So let's go ahead and react to that. Let's go ahead and watch this video of, so what she was talking about, all right? So here she is responding to this, okay?
Like I said,
Why I punched Jay Relly in the face. So I'm not sitting here justifying me putting my hands on anybody. Let's just say that right there. So I was already amped up at everything because prior to that, me and my friends was walking and this guy.
This old crazy girl sitting up here get ready to get me copyrighted like ain't nothing. This some bullshit.
That's bullshit.
But I'm gonna have to delete this whole segment.
I starting trying to fight whatever. So I'm already like amped up after that. Already had a crazy week. Drunk as fuck. 3 drinks in, mixed drinks. I'm done for it. So I'm already got my little attitude because a whole dude was just ready to fight. So then, as I walked past him, I'm like, excuse you. Excuse you? What? You got more manners. Through the water. Throwing the water, ain't gonna lie, too much. Dragged it. I don't got no excuse. Drunk as fuck. Feel me? So, what happened was...
So let me ask y'all this question. So far, if you could hear through the music, right? Do you believe that she's holding herself accountable for her behavior? Once again, do you believe that she's holding herself accountable for her behavior? Because so far what I'm hearing is that she's not holding herself accountable. She's actually making excuses or also justifying her behavior. Because the clip that we seen when she did that to old boy, right, it was uncalled for. She could have very easily walked around the dude, but she purposely walked in front of the dude and got upset. Bumped him and got upset because he said something about it. And then afterwards, she assaulted this dude, threw water, and then punched him as well too. And she wanted to sit up here and literally say that she's blaming it on the alcohol.
That's bullshit.
Nah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to blame it on the alcohol. But let's continue, y'all.
I turned around to go walk.
Constance, salute. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Wait, mind you, the shit that be aggravating me too, nigga, you outside with a bright ass light, cameraman, all in people's shit, lighting in everybody's face. That shit is drinking and shit. That shit is too much for me personally. That shit was just too much. It's all in the way and shit. I'm just like, bruh. So why I'm walking away, the nigga like, you say, I hear bitch. That's all I heard. Practice. That's it. What are you talking about? All I heard was bitch. The word, yes, understand. The word was too fucking much. It was. So at the end of the day, I said my apologies and shit already. So what's done is done. I can't take nothing back. But and one thing about it, I never put my hands on anybody and don't expect them not to hit me back. I expect anybody to hit me back. If I put my hands on you, I expect you to hit me back. I'm not saying just go out here be putting your hands on men and shit like that. But my mom, no, that's not even it.
She said that she expect people to hit her back. If she put her hands on someone, she expect for that person to hit her back. But during that whole entire exchange, she had a different energy altogether. During that whole exchange, she was saying that it was Buddy's fault, but in reality, it was her fault because she the one who initiated it because it was uncalled for. Then here's another thing too, y'all, because once again, y'all know how I am. I'm very analytical, you know what I'm saying? So I believe that even by her responding to this, the very first half of her responding to this, right, I honestly believe that she's being disingenuous. The reason why is because, first of all, that damn music that she was playing, she purposely put this music on and made this music louder than her response. So it'll be hard for y'all to hear what she's saying, but I can hear it because I got on headphones, you know what I'm saying? But if you don't have on headphones, it's going to be hard for you to hear what she's talking about. So she literally being disingenuous for real. She really is. She is. But let's continue.
I got uncles, brother, like, you know what I'm saying? No. But word on my mouth, I'm not justifying what I did, but be for real, you damn near antagonized me a little bit. I'm sweet as fuck. I'm a little mean, but I'm still sweet as fuck at the end of the day. I'm not just about to be out here wilding like that. No.
She said that she's a little mean, but she is sweet as fuck. We're going to fact check that in a few seconds, but let her continue.
I feel like the nigga was just trying to put me on the spot, so I reacted. You feel me? And I'm drunk as like, at this point, I really don't even know what I'm doing for real. I'm ready on 10. Dude trying to fight before that. I'm on 10. And the next nigga say something crazy to me. You see what happened? Like, no. But once again, like I said my apologies or whatever. Y'all can get off my... Thank you. I'm not saying I was right. Dead ass wrong. But I still did it at the end of the day. Drunk as fuck. The demons was in me.
So
Sorry.
So at the end of the day, she's blaming it because she was not only drunk, but she's blaming it on the demon. She's blaming it on Satan.
That's bullshit.
All right. She also said that she's sweet as fuck, but mean and all this stuff there. So I had the opportunity to actually go onto her IG, and I want y'all to look at her pictures on her IG page, all right? I want y'all to want to pay attention to the pictures on her IG, all right? So look at this. Look at this, all right? These are her IG photos, all right? Of course, she ended up posting this video on her IG because they ended up making her IG famous, all right? And look at all her other photos, man. This is the representation of her. This is what she wants people to see her as. Now, keep in mind, she said that she is sweet as fuck, but she also be mean. But even when you look at her photos, right, you can look and tell at her photos that she have behavior issues, y'all. You can look at her photos that she does mean. She does look mean. She looking mean on every last one of her photos. She's not smiling. Even when she attempts to smile, she look devilish, to be honest with you. On every last one of her photos, she's doing these thirst trap photos and everything, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I say what I said about this is that she does only saying this because people will start coming after her. People start coming after her. People start researching her as she's trying to do damage control. She's basically doing what a lot of women do, which is to play the victim. They don't like to take accountability. They literally just want to play the victim role like she's doing right now in this situation. All right? That's how the way I see what she's doing so far. All right? So, South Pat, she said this, she said, sounds like she's taking accountability for her actions. Yeah.
That's bullshit.
She also said, I can agree with a woman being mean and sweet. Yeah. I need y'all to choose y'all lane. I need y'all to choose y'all lane and stay at it. All right. See the one or the other. All right. But the situation gets even deeper, okay? Because there was a actual response to this, okay? There was actually a response video to this situation as well. Now, another content creator had decided to do a make amends video, okay? This is this content creator right now. He's known as Queen Z Zip or whatever the hell this is, right? So he decided to get Jay Riley and this girl together so they could have a conversation together. So let's check this out, all right? Make sure y'all hit the thumbs up as well, too. And once again, we'll be dropping the link shortly where y'all could come up, all right?
Come on, man. You keep putting the AC on. Turn that down, man.
I don't want me to be high.
Yo, you want to be tough for me? Hey. Hey, what's your name, yo?
Caesar.
Caesar, show my man Caesar. Yo. Hey, big Caesar. Where you from, Caesar?
Mexico.
Oh. Yo, you got the work? Got the.
Blah, blah, blah.
I feel good, man. I feel good. I feel great. I don't know, man.
Wait, I got a question. So that video when you was in the passenger seat, you flipped the bowl. That's him? That's you?
Yeah, when he was younger.
Yeah. Okay. I just watched that today. That was funny.
Oh, so you watch a lot of my old stuff?
Yeah, I just was scrolling through y'all vids and I was scrolling through his page.
Got you.
To get an idea of like what y'all doing and stuff.
Oh, got you. Why you didn't go to the YouTube? Should have went to the YouTube. You know, the YouTube.
I didn't.
Yeah, see?
I should've.
You just linking up with me. You don't know nothing about me. I mean,
Bad, man.
you don't know nothing about me. You don't know
watch
nothing.
my vids?
No.
All right.
No,
then.
but I did watch after. When I
Okay.
saw it, I watched it. I saw how you was communicating with the people. I think you're a gentleman. I think you're great. I like your attitude, I like your person. I think that's great. I think your mother, your family, all the women in your family should be proud of who you are.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? You're a respectful guy. Like, I don't know. Are you in a relationship?
Nah, I'm single.
Hey,
Hell no, fuck that shit.
hey.
No time for that. Hell no.
I mean, no disrespect. You
Yeah.
you into girls? Or you,
You said what? Oh yeah, nah.
I'm no disrespect.
Wait a minute, what?
Damn.
I don't know if you want some.
Oh,
some
shit,
freaking, you too
hell
smooth.
no.
You got freckles and stuff. You supposed to be smooth.
Yeah, I like girls.
Hey, whatever you like, I support you. What you look? I support whatever you like, though.
So we didn't want to like judge.
Yeah, we don't want to judge
Oh,
you.
you have to act.
Yeah, come on, see what I'm saying? How old are you? 20?
I thought you was trying to say I was sweet or something.
Nah. See that's
That's
your ego.
exactly
Nah,
what
I'm
he's
22.
saying.
I'm
22. When's your birthday?
May 30th. My shit just passed.
Okay. So, you into women? You like women?
Mm-hmm.
Last you got some.
Shit, you federal as hell.
Cause when people hide it, JR, they hide it because they gas somebody else.
Nah, I don't care.
They gas somebody. The girl you smashed last time, you told her you loved her and she was yours. Yes.
So real quick, y'all, real quick. Y'all remember when I was talk to y'all about how the way the 70s and 80s generational men are, when I was telling y'all that these dudes are some fucking simps and stuff, right? See, in this generation, they honestly believe that if you don't have this way of thinking just like how the way they thinking, then you're the opposite of it. What do I mean by that? He literally stood up here and asked this young man, was he gay? Was he into women? Where did that come from? That question really didn't have no premise to what was happening in the whole entire situation. Why is he probing this dude to try to find out do he like women or not in this conversation? It doesn't matter. What difference does it make? And here's another thing too, is that he like, bro, yeah, I like women. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure. And he literally trying to probe this dude to try to make sure, or trying to catch this dude in a lie, whatever, to try to prove that this dude gay. Bro, come on now.
That's bullshit.
It didn't even matter. It ain't none of your damn business whether he like women or not. Sure, to be quite honest, you know what I'm saying? If it was me up in that sprinter van and he was asking me that question, or or you're like, you like women, I'm like, shit, are you gay? You asking me? Or you? Well, why you asking me that? Why you asking me that? I like, normally when a man asks another man that you fruity or you gay, different things like that, normally that man is on the DL himself. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, like,
Oh shit. I think I did.
Got you. Got you.
Probably like 2 weeks ago. I was lying though.
What? You lying?
I was lying. I was lying when I said I love you.
Do you? What's the feel? Hey.
Hey, Annie though, SBK, like, so that dude on some weird shit for real, bro. Like, god damn, wow.
Hey, Papa, turn that down. What's the feedback? Oh, I'm gonna put them in one. Oh, I know I'm gonna put them in. What's the feedback? What's the feedback from the girls? Like after all this, what's the feedback?
Why is he still probing him about his relationship with women, bro? The whole point of him linking up with him is so they could do this make a man slide with old girl. All this other stuff is irrelevant. His relationship status and all that is irrelevant. Who cares? Who cares? It's not that serious. I'm about ready to forward this in a few seconds. And also, y'all, this is my first time reacting to this too. That's why I'm reacting to it the way I am. All right, so let's continue.
Oh, like this video?
Yeah.
They was asking like where she at and stuff like that.
Oh, they want to fight her.
Yeah.
They wasn't trying to bag you.
Yeah, they was like that too.
A lot of the YNs reached out to me, mad in my DMs. I don't know if you posted something or said something. I don't know what you did. If you posted me on what's that stuff on TikTok?
No, I didn't post you on them.
Yeah, because a lot of them wrote me.
What they said?
Like, yo, don't get that girl no shine. F her. They was wild. I'm like, yo, what?
Oh, it's because you posted that story.
Yeah, it's a fact. Well, I can do what I want.
A lot of people sent me that too. But at the end of the day, I was low-key a little mad at first because you remember the message I sent you.
Yeah. You was very rude. I was very disappointed.
I wasn't being rude to you though, but I should have.
I got you. Now I'm playing.
I just didn't talk the right way. But
I mean, I want to blame him though, because in this whole interaction, he's being a straight asshole for real. You know what I'm saying? And he's being disingenuous in this situation. He called this dude for a certain type of reason, and he's not honoring his request. He literally sent up here interviewing this dude off of something that they necessarily didn't agree to do. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So like I'm already getting tired of listening to all this stuff, right? So let me go ahead and get to what we want to hear. All right. Let's get to when old girl get in here and they have the conversation. All right.
I think she had a great time with us. She got a gift.
From who?
We took her to go win a gift. Sorry.
Get it. Not trying to get in the back out there. Get in the back. I'm just
Chop.
You met them, and this is my man. He got. Hey, look, Woody.
Oh, that's my man.
You don't know him. You don't know him.
I know the guy.
Once again, everybody, this is the Ask Urban Anything show. I will be dropping the link shortly if you want to come up and have a conversation with me, all right?
We need some of that cocaine. You got that? He said no, he don't got that. He's Mexican. All right. Okay, Maja. So, what happened, man? Like, where you from? How old are you? Where you from? Tell me about you a little bit.
And I'm curious to want to see if he's going to ask her the same exact question he asked him about her relationship status. Do she like men or do she like women?
Turned 24 in April. I'm from Bridgeport. Yeah, I do hair at a salon and stuff. So.
Bridgeport. You just turned 24. Mm-hmm. Okay. Got a boyfriend?
No.
Okay.
We can see why. We can see why.
Fuck y'all.
Whoa. Woody? Okay. I want to hear your story, and then I'm going to tell you.
Oh, so we're not going to ask the gay question to her. We're just going to only ask, does she have a boyfriend? So it's understood for the woman to have a boyfriend or not, but it's not understood for the man to have a girlfriend. If the dude don't have a girlfriend, then I mean, there's something wrong with him. He must be gay. That's some bullshit.
That's bullshit.
Y'all old niggas. Y'all old school niggas. Boy, I tell y'all, wow.
Tell y'all what I'm gonna do with y'all. I did hear you come in here and apologize to him off a rip. You've been apologizing. It's up to him how he accepted. He did say earlier that he did feel bad how the people attack you. I think this man is just a gentleman. His family should be proud of him. Whoever this is a wonderful guy.
No, for real.
You know what I mean? Tell us what happened, what was going through your mind, though, in a respectful way. Like, not that, what happened,
Like,
man?
before I did it?
Yeah, like, what?
I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Nothing was going through my mind. I was emotionally drinking that night. I'm not trying to have no excuses or no shit, but, people go through stuff, and
Emotionally drinking? Chat, what does that mean about emotionally drinking? What is that, emotionally drinking? Because I haven't heard that before. I haven't heard people use that in that way or that terminology, emotionally drinking. What did that mean, emotionally drinking? Do that mean that she was going through something and she wanted to just drink her problems away? Or how did that look, y'all? I don't know.
And that night, I literally just was drinking everything. I was just drinking everything. So I ended up downtown. I was in Bridgeport downtown with my friends. I ended up in New Haven downtown. I don't even remember getting out there. So it's just like, it was just all basically like a blur. And then the next day I'm up. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Like,
You started getting...
Yeah, like, but just seeing it in general, I'm just like, first of all, definitely gotta say sorry, because that's some bullshit. Like, I was dead ass wrong. I'm like, girl, what's wrong with you? The water and the punch. I'm like, bro. And then I'm like, my mom, like, I'm about to disappoint my mom. Like, that's one.
So hold up. On her video that she did, she was saying something totally different. On the video she did, she wasn't holding herself accountable. So what's the difference between the video that she did and this moment right now? Why do y'all believe that she's changing her story up in this particular moment versus on her video? My assumption is this. I believe the reason why she's doing that is because on the video that she did, she was doing that for her fans and audience, because her fans and audience have a certain type of expectation for her to uphold, you know what I'm saying? So that's why she was acting all hard and cussing and stuff, right? But in this moment, now she literally trying to continue doing damage control. Was she literally trying to, not so much trying to play the victim role now, but it appears in this moment that now she's, hey, I drunk too much, I was emotionally drinking, and I want to hold myself accountable on that. That was, that was messed up.
One person I don't want to disappoint. Like, I'm really trying, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I fucked up, like, feel me? And then I didn't, like, I gotta chill, like, when I go through shit. And I've been told from my mom, like, when you go through shit, stop drinking. Okay. Yeah, cause like,
why the hell he's holding?
I got you.
What the? Why is he holding her? What the fuck? Why is he holding her hand? Why is he holding her hand and stuff and patting her? Oh, it's okay. Let it all out, baby. It's okay. You're in the safe space right here. You're in a totally safe space with this whole weird, creepy ass dude in a Splinter van, all right? It's okay. But he didn't do that to Buddy. He didn't tell Buddy, hey, yeah, it's okay. You're in a safe space, bro. All he did to Buddy was like, tell me how long you been dating women so we could confirm that you're not gay. Like, what the hell?
That's bullshit.
These dudes here.
Got you. What's emotionally drinking? What is that? Like, what did you go through?
Rico,
that made
salute,
you emotionally
welcome.
Drink? Because I heard about emotionally drinking from Milfy before. She told me about that. I didn't think that was a real thing. And back Woody, he does sometimes.
It's like when you really the best way to put it is like when you really don't got nobody to talk to, or they can't really help you with your feelings and shit. It's like I'm a drink. Like, I'm gonna just drink my problems away. I'm gonna just try to have fun with the liquor.
Okay. Makes sense.
And
what you was going through? Did you boyfriend?
It's a lot of stuff. It was too much at once. And then on top of me being a salon owner, trying to please everybody every day too, it's like, damn, like,
You got cheated on?
What about me?
You be getting cheated on?
I don't be getting cheated on, but that week I found out the relationship that I was in, I did get cheated on. And then it like made sense. Like when a nigga cheat, they try to accuse you. And then I'm like, oh, that's why this was that, you know? So it wasn't even just that. It was like cheated on, just went to my dad's grave for the first time in years, pleasing everybody. Is family shit, family grimy too. It's like, you know, everything at once in 1 week. I'm like, bro, what about my piece? Now my piece really fucked. So it's like, damn.
The people, whoa, weapons, what's going on? Oh, hey, gentlemen, hey, still gentlemen. So, what's the feedback you've been getting? What's your family said? Because you all over the place.
My family.
She not all over the place per se, bro. To be honest with y'all, I'm already kind of bored with this. To be quite honest with y'all, because this dude here, man, this dude here, it's just I ain't lying, it's just a no go for me at all, man. It just it's a no go. It's a no go. I'm done with this, all right? Once again, appreciate y'all want to tune into the show. This is the Ask Urban Anything show. Let me go ahead and drop the link right now. Now, those of y'all who want to come up and have a conversation with Urban, by all means, come up so we can get that conversation started. You can ask any question through your heart desire. We will want to talk about it, all right? Also, you're also allowed to ask questions in the chat as well, too. You know what I'm saying? So you can ask your questions in the chat. I will address it expeditiously, okay? All right, so let me go ahead and drop this link for y'all. We gonna get this on the way, because I know some of y'all are eager to come up here and talk to me. You know what I mean? So here we go. Let's do this, do that, and all right. Bam. All right, so the link is now dropped. Those of y'all who want to come up and ask me a question, or you want to come up and have a brief conversation with me, by all means, this is the opportunity for you to do that. SBK, he said, man, Queen Flip is zesty, bro. I believe you. I believe you.
Beta.
I believe you, bro. I believe you. I believe you. Just like I say, I need to take the time out to like fully watch this dude video or anything like that. I saw it. I like, you know what, I'm gonna add this part of the show, just in case people get scared and they don't want to holler at your boy Urban, because I don't know what it is. These days, people be scared as hell to want to have a conversation with Urban. I don't know why. So, yeah, people be talking all that noise in the chat and stuff, right? And like I say, I do go back and read the chats. So it be people talking noise in the chat and everything, man. But when I drop the link on these shows, they get timid quick as hell. Yeah, they be like, hey, the chat, Urban Chat is my safe place. So I'm good enough just doing my comments and stuff on Urban Chat versus literally hopping the link and having a conversation with Urban. All right, so I don't want none of that smoke with Urban at all, period. So they be literally dodging me like ain't nothing, bro. I like, God damn. I like, damn. Oh man, make sure y'all want to hit the thumbs up as well too, because it supports the channel a whole lot. Sweet will say you are biased, Urban. Yeah, in certain situations I am biased. Yes, I am. There are other situations where I'm unbiased as well too. You know what I mean? Just depending on what it is. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. Just like you are, Sour Patch. There are some situations where you're biased. There are some situations that you're unbiased. That's like everybody in the chat as well too. There's some situations where you can be biased. There's some situations you be unbiased. That is part of life. That is part of life, period. You know what I mean? Von Eric, salute, welcome to the stream. Once again, this is the Ask Urban Anything show. I do have the link on drop if you want to come up and have a conversation with me. By all means, come up and have a conversation with me, and we will chop it up. All right? So, that is how the way we are. That is how the way we are. I listen and I don't judge. Right. Sour Patch, you are lying like ain't nothing. You listen and you do judge. You do it all the time. You do it all the time. You listen and you do judge. A matter of fact, just to prove that point, you just said that I am biased. Do you know by saying that I am biased, that means that you just judge me? You do understand that, right? By you say that, right, that means that you just judge me, all right? And she said, I give my opinion. Opinion is a judgment. Opinion is also a judgment as well, too. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But once again, the link is dropped in the chat as well too. Those of y'all who want to come up and have a conversation with me, by all means come up and we will have that conversation. Conversation. What do you think about Big Monster? I don't even know Big Monster. What the hell is that? What's Big Monster on South Patch? I don't even know what that is. I have no idea what that is. Salute to the troll in the chat, by the way, too. Appreciate you. Appreciate you in the one weird question. Oh yeah, this is Ask Irby Anything show, so I have to abide by the rules of my show. All right. So the troll did ask this, and I appreciate South Patch blocking the troll. Appreciate you, but you know what I'm saying. This is my Ask Irby Anything show, so the troll did ask this question. I'm gonna put it up here. The troll asked this. They decided to hide their face and everything. Why y'all afraid of me? Damn, I'm not this horrible evil person. I don't know why y'all afraid. I don't know why y'all hiding. Y'all hiding y'all pictures from me. Y'all hiding everything from me. No, you don't want to talk to me or hit the link. Like, damn. But anyway, the troll asked, have you ever taken a quick to the face? No, I have not. I have not, and I will not. You know what I'm saying? I know that, there are certain things that people do. Y'all call it kinks and stuff, right? Or people being kinky. That is not one of my kinks or kinky, whatever you want to call it at our period. So no, I have not did that, and nor would I ever would do that. Okay, to answer the question, I'm just saying. SBK laugh. Hey, bro, I'm just saying. This is Ask Irby Anything show. They asking a question, so I got to oblige it. I got to address it. Whether they trolling or not, we got to do what you got to do. We got to make this show happen. Urban, that's who Big Monster is SBK. Oh, okay. Urban, I just gave SBK the nickname Big Monster. Okay. You don't give everyone the same fair chance. Neither do you give everyone the same fair chance. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I give people fair chances and they throw it back in my face. Other times I don't give people a fair chance. You know what I'm saying? It depends on the situation. Just like what you would do, just like what everybody else would do. I'm no different. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It is what it is, It is what it is. So why did y'all name SBK Big Monster? Like, what the hell? Big Monster? Y'all wild as hell. Big Monster. Wild as hell. God damn. Only Lino is eager to come and talk to you. Hey, as you can see, Lino haven't even hit the link yet. He have not even hit the link at all. You know what I'm saying? Lino is leaving it up to y'all to come and have a conversation with me. So what are you talking about? What are y'all talking about? So let me get this straight. Every person who agree with the things that I say, right, they're considered as a cheerleader, huh? So it don't matter if it's Lionel, it don't matter if it's SBK, it don't matter who it is. Whoever one agrees with the things that I say that y'all disagree with, right, they're considered as a cheerleader. So to be honest with y'all, we could say the same thing about, y'all as well too. Because I know y'all have people who agree with things that y'all say. Right? Do you consider them as a cheerleader as well too? Do you consider them sucking up and whatever type of negative language that y'all want to use, or ad hominem language that y'all use as well too? Do you consider them that as well too? I'm pretty sure y'all gonna say, no, it's different, Urban. It's different. No, it's not different. It's pretty much the same. When you do agree with me, right? Is that considered as cheerleading? Is that considered as sucking up? Because there have been a lot of people in the chat who agreed with the things I was talking about, including you, Sour Patch. Matter of fact, I did a live last night, and overwhelmingly, 99% of the chat agreed with everything I was talking about, including you. So, does that mean that you're cheerleader too? Do that mean that you sucking up as well too? I'm just saying. Or do that only that logic applies when you are in disagreement with me? That's how the way I see it. The only time that logic applies is when you're in disagreement. I'm just saying. Custer say I'm a cheerleader when I start twerking. Goddamn, Constance.
She belongs to the streets.
Oh man. Choose better. A matter of fact, SBK, I'm glad that you want to say that, right? At the end of this month of Men's Mental Health Month, I actually have a live plan talking about choosing better, all right? I have a show planned at the very end of Men's Mental Health Month. So those of y'all who not sub up to the channel, make sure you are sub up and get that notification when I do that live, all right? So that's going to be at the end of this month when I do that show, all right? Where I'm going to be talking strictly to the men, which I've been talking strictly to the men all month long anyway, to be honest with you, about, men's mental health and everything. And that particular show, we're going to go into details about why it's important for a man to choose better for his mental health purposes. All right. So we're going to dive deep into that end of the month. All right. So, South Patch, she said, that's not the same and you know it. No, you know it's the same. You just being combative. That's what you're doing. You're being combative for no apparent reason. That's what you're doing. And there's nothing wrong with that because I know that you're not the only one. I know that whenever I say certain things to either trigger people or I challenge people worldview belief system, this is normally what happens. It normally happens to where, people become combative. And they'll try to find any old reason to try to disarm the argument. They won't prove the argument wrong, right? Because they know they can't prove it wrong because they know I'm right. And that's another thing too. They be knowing that the things I'll be saying are right, that I'll be 100 on it. But the pride and ego of a woman would not just go ahead and take that L. There have been plenty of times where, people had said certain things, right? Or I had said something right. And people came up to like, hey, Urban, what you said, that wasn't correct at all. And I go back and fact check myself, right? And I say, you know what? You're correct. You're absolutely right. You're right. I hold myself accountability on that. It's that easy. I could take a L. I could when I know that I'm wrong, I could say that I'm wrong. But majority of the women, right? Whenever they get held accountable, they cannot take that L. It's hard for them because it messes with their ego. So they'll do everything possible to avoid that L. They'll do everything possible to not hold themselves accountable. That's what they do. They'll use ad hominem attacks such as, oh, he's a cheerleader. They use ad hominem attacks. Look at him. Blah, 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 blah. You look funny. Blah, 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 blah. Use all these type of ad hominem attacks. All because they on fragile ego has been challenged. All because their fragile ego has been challenged. Their fragile ego has been compromised. That's the God honest truth. That is the God honest truth. But, like I say, y'all don't want to accept it. But it's okay. It's fine. It's all good. And yes, South Pass to my women. Yes, women. Yes. Majority of your women are egotistical as hell. Like I would say, y'all are egotistical. Especially modern women. Y'all are very egotistical. Y'all are very, very egotistical. Y'all don't like to be proven wrong. Y'all want to live in this reality that you're always right. You also want to live in this reality to where the man is always wrong. Want to live in this reality that equality is what's going to have the world move and operate. Live in this reality that that traditional views no longer exist. That's the reality of modern women. That's why, when they come over here, eat on the lounge, or when I go into different other content creator panels and stuff, right? That's why they have the pushback like they do. Because they know I'm bruising their ego. They know that I'm literally busting their bubble of their reality, this said reality that they're living in. I'm literally pulling the veil and letting them see the truth and reality for what it is. I'm just saying. I don't call him a cheerleader because my ego is bruised. Yes, you do call him a cheerleader because your ego is bruised, because he says certain things that triggers you. Let's keep it real. If we still talking about the same concept about Lionel, right? You say that because Lionel says certain things that triggers you, that you don't like. And so instead of just using emotional intelligence and combating it right in a logical way, many women like yourself choose to be combative. They choose to use ad hominem attacks such as, oh, he's been a cheerleader. He's not being a man. He's weak. He needs to unfollow. He needs to mentorship. Say different things like that instead of proving the man wrong. I'm just saying. There be things where Lionel be saying and stuff right there. It be things that Lionel say that I don't agree with. There be things that I say that Lionel don't agree with. And we both have had discussions about that on other people's show, including on Tap In and everything, even on this show. We say certain things we don't even agree with. Guess what we do? As men, we go back and forth and we talk about it. We don't use no ad hominem attacks. We don't be all worried about it or nothing like that. We talk about it as two grown men. And after when we talk about it as two grown men, guess what? We're back cool with each other and we're chilling, doing the same old thing. But on the other hand, Buddy say something that you don't like, right? Oh, you not only you holding him accountable, you're not even letting it go. Nor you're not listening to understand. You're listening just to be combative. Just keep it real. But you do the same thing with me, but it is what it is. Welcome to the Call-In Show. What's up with it, bro?
It's a busy night here, man. What's up?
Know how it is. Same old, same old.
They should have hit the panel if they was going to do all that talking.
I'm just saying. So, Sal Pat, she's asking a question. She's saying attacking women all in one ain't cool. Nobody is attacking women at all. Nobody.
Do I attack women?
Lionel don't attack women. SBK don't attack women. The other one, people who watch this show all the time, doesn't attack women. We don't. All we do is just address the issues that we deal with. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Now, attacking women would be a consist of sitting up here calling them out out their name, cussing them out, don't care less about what they got to say, all kind of weird stuff, you know what I'm saying? Doing all that weird stuff, you know what I'm saying? But doing no weird stuff. You do that all.
Wait, that was a statement she made. What's her question? Like, what's going on? What's going on, sweet Rita? What's your question?
Oh well, I guess I need to share the at least the chat with you so you can see what's going on. Or you
Well,
able
I'm
to see
working.
the chat?
Yeah, not at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, so we've been we've been going back and forth on we've been talking and stuff, right? Well, I've been talking to everyone, but preferably me and South Patch, we've been going back and forth talking. So her claim is that she started off her claim by saying that when people are going to call in and stuff, right? She said the only person that's going to call in and hit the link is you, because nobody else don't want to talk. So I was making the also the claim that, hey, the reason why people don't want to talk is because they actually afraid of having a conversation with me, or actually having a conversation, or actually having a grown adult logical conversation with me. So it went from that to you being a cheerleader. Now that it goes talking about ego, because I mentioned about the ego and different things like that. Now it's going to talking about we attack women. So
Interesting.
that's a summary.
Very interesting. Because I came back, saw the link, said, why not? Since I can't actually be texting at the moment for at least another hour. And I heard you talking to Sweet Rita, and like, what this chick saying now? But I hear what she's saying now. I want to know how we attack. We always go through this. What are you talking about? How are we attacking women? Well, I guess she's saying me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hype them up.
Yeah. So question. What do the things that we do to attack women? Let's have the conversation. Throughout all the content that's been put out here on the lounge, all right? Tell me, what do we do to attack women? What things that we do cause physically, mentally, and spiritual harm towards women? I'll wait.
So I had a talk with my sister earlier because I haven't been too happy with. I was talking about The Witcher, the video game, and how the fourth one, the girl is going to be the main character.
Before you complete your point, Constance say, hey. She said, hey, Lionel.
What's up, Constance? And we were talking, and she was like,
I'm asking you, Sal Patch. And I can ask everybody in the chat as well, too. So I'm asking everybody in the chat, too. So what is it that we do that cause harm towards women physically, mentally, and spiritually? I'll wait. But go ahead, bro.
So we talking about The Witcher. They shifting the main character to the girl, and I've talked about the female leads. I don't know if anyone saw Daredevil season 3, but the final episode with the Punisher and just the sheer badassness that was coming out of him, I was like, yo, you find me a medium that's showing a woman that's this badass in the last decade. Because, they're putting them all to lead, the acting roles, stuff like that, the superhero stuff. And she was like, you get on them. But at the same time, that's just my sister saying it. Have you seen your books? You got 90% bitches in your books. Most of the main characters, if they don't look like you, it's a woman. And I'm like, well, tell these to the people who be sitting here thinking I feel some type of way, but yet everything I write is dominated by women. I fail to see the animosity I might have with women when my books are my life, and I dominantly highlight the women.
Mm-hmm. So, South Pat, she said you can't cause harm. You can't cause harm physically. Now, keep in mind, South Patch, you made a general statement. You said that we attack women on here. That's what you said. You didn't give more details about it, like how I'm doing it. You said we attack women, period. So by your logic and understanding, first of all, you said that we can't attack women physically on here. So that one statement already debunked what you're talking about right in and there. But continue. She said this mentally, because when a woman tell you that she's not mentally, because when a woman tells you that she's not the way you claim, you say it is not true. A woman knows herself better than you. So let's talk about it. So we go ahead and debunk this claim as well too. Whenever either me or anybody on the panel, whoever the case may be, who called in, whatever, whenever people are sharing their perspective on here, right, this is their perspective. You can either agree with it or not. It's fine. You have every right to do that. You do. But also, it is your responsibility to protect your mental peace. Just like I've been talking about all month about men's mental health and stuff, right? That is your responsibility to protect your mental peace. So therefore, if you and other women, you know what I'm saying, that come on here, right, y'all believe that your mental is being attacked over here at the lounge, by all means, I'm not holding y'all captive at all, period. I'm not forcing y'all to be over here. Just like I said, I'm cool with everybody, you know what I'm saying? You know, we chill, we cool, and we network together, whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm not a dictator. This is not a cult or anything like that and stuff, you know what I'm saying? If you feel uncomfortable with the things that we talk about, you could simply do not watch it. So you could protect your mental peace. I'd rather for you to protect your mental peace than for you to stay in an atmosphere that you believe is toxic. But the thing about it is, what's interesting, this is going to prove my point about women being chaotic. What's interesting about this is that women are so chaotic is that they want to be in an atmosphere that's chaotic. They desire to be in a chaotic atmosphere. They desire to be in an atmosphere that is dealing with drama. That's why y'all are attracted to drama content. Let's keep it real. Let's call it for what it is. Let's be honest about it. Let's have this accountability moment. Because if that's not true, then whatever is bothering you, whatever is keeping you from having that mental peace, that mental happiness, logically speaking, you will deteriorate from that. You will remove yourself in the atmosphere. Just like when we was talking about abuse, you know what I'm saying? If you know that you're being abused physically, mentally, and spiritually, that is your responsibility to do your very best to remove yourself from that atmosphere. Let's keep it real. Now, I want to reiterate one more time before I line to say some more. Come back and continue, right? I want to reiterate one more time that nobody over here, I'm not holding y'all captive over here. I'm not. Just like I said, I appreciate the support and that. I really do. But the content I talk about over here is going to be thought-provoking and it's going to be triggering. I give y'all the disclaimer. At the beginning of this show, I tell people that it's going to be thought-provoking and it's going to be triggering. And you have the choice to choose to either watch it or not. If you choose to watch it, fine. I have no problem with that. If you choose not to watch it, fine. I have no problem with that. I'm not gonna look at you no differently at all, period. But go ahead, Lana.
Well, you gotta remember, man, I'm the bad guy. That's essentially what they're saying. You already had Bonds go on her little rant about how Urban has changed. She said Urban used to simp for us. Now he don't. That's how she worded it. And she was like, "Hey, they all talk. All y'all was bringing it up, and y'all not happy because you let the bad guy on the panel or in the chat." Problem is, they never proved me wrong. So until they can actually clap back and prove me wrong, I can give two shits what they got to say. But I have no problem being the bad guy either.
Mm-hmm.
They want to interpret things their own way, but I'll put it this way. If they share their reality, they're right. If I share my reality, I'm wrong. And we've seen it countless times on here.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
So maybe they need to hold themselves accountable. Because it's right when they say it, but it's wrong when I say it.
Agreed.
And then you can put SBK in here. SBK will say the same crap I say. We agree, SBK, or we'll give some grace, or we'll give some leniency, or we'll try to understand him. Nigga said the same thing I just said. We've watched SBK literally say the same thing you've said. They told you was wrong. Told him he was right. Sounds like they're thinking with their emotions rather than anything else.
Mm-hmm. So South Patch, she said this. She said, you put women in a group as a whole, women or individuals. Now once again, there are certain times where I will categorize women as a whole, depending on the type of behavior that y'all do. There are other times where I let y'all know that I'm talking about a certain type of behavior of women, which I call modern day women. Now, if you believe that you fit into that category as a modern day woman, then absolutely, I'm talking about you. If you believe that you're not that type of woman, then I'm not talking about you. So absolutely, yes, I do that. Absolutely, I do. Some situations, women get categorized in a whole. Some situation, I let y'all know that I'm talking about a different type of women. No different for when I have a conversation about men. I talk about men differently. I talk about men as a whole in certain situations due to the behavior. And I talk about a certain category type of men when we talk about simps and beta males and different things like that. Absolutely, I do. So nothing don't change. You know what I'm saying? Nothing don't change. And then she followed up say, you attack the characteristics of a woman. No, what we do, we talk about the characteristics of a woman. And we challenge accountability for the negative behaviors that they do. But the thing about it is that people don't want to hold themselves accountable. That we honestly believe that we live in a culture, in a society where we can't hold each other accountable no more. That's why, as a matter of fact, that's why our culture is messed up the way it is right now. That's the reason why we don't exist in a monolith as it is right now, is because we don't hold ourselves accountable. We don't have that community where we hold ourselves accountable for the behaviors that we do. We want to be pacified all the time. We don't want to hear things that tickles our ear to make us feel good, and that's it.
So
go ahead, bro.
So I'm lost on this. I brought it up before, and I'm going to bring it up again because it's a characterization. And it's to me, it's the easiest example. When I'm looking at us, again, most of y'all know the same people and not what you're thinking, but we all can see the color spectrum the same way. But then there's a small minority of people that can see 100 times the color spectrum than we can see. But we're all going to say we all see the same color blue. We all see the same color sky. And none of y'all about to sit here and tell me some different shit. We all say that because they're the majority. So the majority is the characteristics that we use. Why is it that we have to literally explicitly say we're not talking about that 5%, that 2%, and that 15% for the sake of the conversation?
That's a good question.
Because now it's just like they're asking for too much. If it don't fit you, it don't apply to you. What the hell are you getting mad for?
Southpaw, she said, I don't agree with majority of things you say about women, but I only come to support your channel. Once again, I appreciate the support and everything, but I'm going to reiterate again, you know what I'm saying? If there are things I talk about that you don't agree with, or it puts you into that space where it's affecting you physically, mentally, and spiritually, by all means, you don't have to watch the content.
Like, would it work better if Irvin said, is this out of date? If he said, in my story, in my reality, this is what it is. Because he can completely just personalize it, and then you absolutely can't disagree with it because that's his story. But then the generalization starts coming when he talks to John, and John tells him the same thing. He talks to David. He talks to Malcolm, William, Alfred, Bruce. He starts talking to these different men who all giving him the same perspective. Now he has every right to start creating a more generalized perspective now.
Yeah, then also this goes into the whole concept about tone policing now, where there are people out there that believe that you have to articulate your words so it won't be offensive to people. Now, bear in mind, there are some people who are very loose with their lips, where they'll say any old crazy thing out their mind, you know what I'm saying, and it just comes out. Got that. It is what it is. But to be honest with you, at the end of the day, it's the responsibility of the receiver to determine if you want to receive the message or not. If you receive that message and that message is not beneficial for you, then you have every right to reject the message. Nothing wrong with that. But you can't sit up here and go back and fuss at the messenger because how the way the message is being received. The message is being received by the way how the messenger said it. Period. It is what it is. Also on Southpaw, she said this this is directed towards you, Lionel. She's saying that apparently my opinion is triggering to be called a chick by Lionel. Then she followed up by saying, I am a woman. So in other words, when you want to call her a chick, she find that offensive, and she wants you to address her as a woman.
I'm rolling my eyes right now. We having a whole conversation.
Everybody changes draws every day. Hey, you ain't lying about that on Constance. I sure the hell do. Constance do have a question for you too, Lionel. Constance, she said this. So, Lionel, I have a question for you. Do you put all females in the same place or different females? Just asking.
All y'all hoes the same. No, let me stop. Nah. Depends on what we're talking about. Do all females have a vagina? Do all females have a heart? Like, how specific do you want to get with it? At the end of the day, in terms of traits, most of you in a particular age group act the same way. Most of you who got a trauma-filled past are going to operate in a very similar pattern. So no, I don't put you all in the same bracket. I definitely have a web of how I separate y'all based on how y'all talk or what your past look like.
Constance called you a hoe as well, Lionel.
Damn,
She said, Lionel, you're a hoe. And she started laughing.
dang. I'm not a hoe though. Men can't be hoes.
So here's another thing I want y'all to consider about the content that we put out over here at the lounge. You know what I'm saying? Once again, I kind of mentioned about this a little bit, but let's kind of go into more details about this. All right, I said earlier that this kind of proves the chaotic nature of women. You know what I'm saying? Where for some reason they want to be a part of drama content. Okay, they want to be a part of content that's going to have some type of drama going on behind it. You know what I mean? So let's consider this too. When y'all go to our other YouTube channels, right? Y'all go over to these other YouTube channels. Y'all be seeing these YouTube channels on beefing or whatever stuff, right? Guess what y'all doing? Y'all listening to that content. Y'all, through my experience of being a content creator, I have not yet seen anyone, and I mean anyone, over here at the lounge go over to our other content creators channels that I've seen them over, right, and literally tell them like, hey, put it into the chat, hey, I don't agree with your content at all. Your content is triggering me physically, mentally, and spiritually. I have not seen it. I haven't seen it. But what I have seen is this. I've seen some of them were watching the bushes and don't say nothing. I see other of them will participate in it. They'll put out laughing emojis. They'll sort of say, go, go, go. Yeah, you're roasting them and stuff, right? And all kind of stuff. That's what I done seen. So I'm kind of curious. Over here at the lounge, right? We literally be talking about some real stuff that people go through every single day, right? So I'm curious. Why is it when we talk about real stuff over here that people go through real things every single day? Oh man, that is, oh Lord, that is the worst thing possible and you need to stop. But when you go over to these old bullshit ass content creators channel, y'all don't say that. Y'all don't have the same energy. Y'all don't have the same energy at all, period. Why is that? Just like I say, people may not agree with what I'm saying over here, but at least it's been talked about. Because just like I say, men are talking about this, but throughout the years, men voices have been muffled because these same type of women that we talk about had literally disarmed men where they just got to the point where they just tired and they don't want to say nothing about it. Because they know that they're going to get emasculated when they do talk about it. They know they're going to get called gay, sassy, and all this other weird stuff because they was talking about it. Right? But over here, I don't give a damn because we need to talk about it. And the reason why we need to talk about it is because of what I shared with y'all last night about my story, because I've been through this. I literally been through all this for real, in real time. So I know how it feels. I know how it feels to have your voice muffled. I know how it feels where you want to express yourself, that when you try to express yourself, you end up saying, oh, you don't like women. There must be something wrong with you. You must be gay, blah, 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 whatever. I know how that feels because people had did that to me. I know how it feels to be slandered and everything. I know how it feels. So that's why I talk about it over here. I don't talk about it in a way to sit up here and make women feel less than themselves. I don't even encourage men over here to say, hey, you know what? Forget women. Y'all just need to be by yourself. I never say that over here. Never.
Never.
It's my goal to make sure that we could cohabitate effectively, where we could cohabitate effectively and we could come together and we could procreate and have happy, successful families and stuff. If that's your desire, that's my goal in all of this.
What does Urban say about the women that y'all don't agree with? That's a better question. Or what is it that you don't understand? But I always say, women have a habit of proving they've never listened to what men talk about behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm. Which in reality, I haven't said nothing. I haven't said nothing other than me sitting up here challenging people worldview, their social norm, because that's what it's boiled down to. Because where it boils down to is this: they feel like it ain't my business to talk about other people's business, but yet it's still. You go over to these other content creator channels and y'all be doing that messy shit over there for real, where you be talking about other people's business and y'all laugh about it. This is great content. But come over here, oh man, this is not great content. You're making me feel some way. You're affecting me. Wow. Wow. But just like I say, I reiterate again, and this goes for everybody, my day ones and everybody. You know, say if you feel like the stuff that I talk about, it trigger you, it is triggering you physically, mentally, and spiritually. By all means, I'm not holding you captive over here. By all means, you could go after your peace. You could go after your self-love for real. I actually encourage it, to be honest with you. Go ahead. It's not going to make me feel no type of way whatsoever. This content is for the people who I'm talking about. This content is for the people who are the voice of the voiceless, who need a voice, and I'm that voice that I'm providing for them. That's who it's for. There are men out there right now who are literally suffering. They're trying to figure things out, figure different things out, and guess what? One day they're going to come and run into my content, and it's going to give them the answer that they need. It's going to hold them accountable for the behavior and everything. I done had people who come in and like on some of my videos and stuff, right, bro, and everybody who watching. I have people who come in on my videos that say, you know what, Urban, you know what, you're right, bro. You're absolutely right. And I literally, I didn't think about it that way, and it literally challenged me to change my mindset. Hearing it from, how the way you put it.
Oh yeah, you got to hear from someone else sometimes to get the message.
And then just like I say, I don't be mean about it. I'll be fair. I'll be very fair. But I don't be mean. I don't use no ad hominem attacks on people or nothing like that. But people do it to me all the time. When they know they losing, that's what they resort to. That's the go-to play. Oh, I'm going to ad hominem the hell out of them now because I'm mad. I'm triggered.
I just want to know what they disagree with, what they're not trying to understand. And I'm going to work just like that. I actually, in terms of, because that's my whole thing. I think over 90% of women are pure chaotic. They love chaos. They thrive on it. The world literally shows it. This isn't no America thing. This is just the world. They thrive on it. That doesn't mean they're bad. It just means they love chaos.
Mm-hmm.
I leave room for a couple of women who clearly prefer peace, but actions and words both have to get looked at.
Mm-hmm. Constance, she says this, I understand everything that Urban be saying because some of the real truth has been through it, so I do understand that part. Oh, and Constance, she have a question for you too online. She said online, what do you hate on a female on? What she do in real life? Something like that.
What do I hate about? Basically, what do I hate what women do in real life?
Yeah, what do you hate on a female on what she do in real life?
Let me see. Hate? I mean, I get annoyed, but hate? I hate spiritual women. I hate women that try to quote the Bible to me. I don't like that. But notice I don't group that all women do that crap. Just to debunk y'all in y'all face right now, because I don't believe all women are going to do that or be on that time. But I personally Don't like when they do that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
don't like when women try to be the leader. They have a habit of failing around me. But I don't like when they attempt to do that. Stay in your lane. This isn't your role. Outside of that, hate, not many things I hate because I already understand how most are going to operate. Oh, hate when you cheat?
Mm-hmm. So by your statement, they will interpret it as you not liking women. You don't like women because women you don't like women to be leaders or anything like that. But isn't it not a such thing called preferences? If that's your preference, then it's just your preference. So why would that be an attack on women?
Like, and this is what I say because I am heir to the stars. I am Suggsworth. Everything is my books. How you think I would feel, you can literally just go to my page. You can look at the artwork. You can look at the examples and whatnot. Is what I keep saying. I have women as legitimate leaders of factions in the books. You know, I put a lot of emphasis on strong chocolate women. When you ask, hey, who's your favorite person? It's a woman. Now, unfortunately, it's a white woman, but it's a woman. Like, so I don't get where the hate comes from.
Mm-hmm.
That, as again, y'all don't like what I'm saying, so all of a sudden, there he goes.
Yep. So check this out. Constance, she asked me a question. She said, what you don't like when females do stupid shit?" All right. So one of my main pet peeves that I don't like what women do is when they be disingenuous. Okay, when they say that they one way, they end up being a total different way. And then instead of them taking accountability for their same behavior, they want to separate play the down victim role and become egotistical about it. That's one of my pet peeves. That's something that I do not like at all, period.
I got one. So, and I'm a personalizer. It's 2025, so it's been 23 years. My mom, she dated this dude. Dude was just fantastic when it came to me and my brother. You know, dude, I respected him. I liked him. Cool dude. There was no negatives about him. She didn't want to be with this guy. You know who she wanted to be with? A drug dealer who I didn't like. Nigga never wanted to talk to us. Couldn't respect this dude. Then went to a woman beater. Then went to an abusive alcoholic. Then went to another druggie. Then went to a Pookie. Then another Pookie. Then a Ray Ray. And if you ask her, have I ever liked any of her boyfriends? She's going to tell you just one. And she got nothing negative to say about the dude. But instead, she wants to parade me around a whole bunch of different men who aren't shit. I don't like when women do shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then she wanted to be the victim. How come I can't find no good man? You had one.
Mm-hmm. Yep. SBK asked me this. He said, Urban, what is your thoughts as to building channels on thought-provoking content instead of drama-based content? Hey, I actually haven't shared this with y'all. I was going to share with y'all whenever we whenever y'all do a tap in episode again. I was going to share this with y'all, but I'm glad you bringing it up right now. I actually put a lot of thought into that. All right. My vision for us, everyone who we're currently networking with, and as we building more and more, my vision is for us to put together a thought provoking content sector. Meaning that we have this thought-provoking content sector where we all come together, we be having these conversations and stuff, right, where we're challenging each other, we're challenging accountability, we're talking about, taboo stuff that people scared to talk about, but we could talk about it, you know what I'm saying, in a respectable way where it's not drama or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? And that sector get built where people could literally see that fellow content creators could come together and have conversations without it resorting to be drama and beef. You know what I'm saying? But the only caveat behind that is that when we do stuff like that, we have to I hate using the word police, but that's the one thing I can think of. We have to police that thing, you know what I'm saying? We have to have a certain zero tolerance for that. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that, like, matter of fact, case in point, the one lady that came over, you know what I'm saying, to your show and she did the weird stuff that she did, right? That's us policing, you know what I'm saying? Meaning that, hey, we're not about that. We're not about trying to do drama and all this stuff there. You know what I mean? We're about this. If you're not about that, then you doesn't need to hit the road. Go to the beef sector or drama sector. You know what I mean? So that's my vision of that. That's the reason why I've been putting in such hard work going out and networking not only with other content creators, but literally working my way up and literally networking with YouTube themselves, you know what I'm saying, going to these YouTube events and different things like that as well too. So we could be recognized and be noticed, and it could grow the way that it needed to grow. You know what I'm saying? So thought-provoking content would be the main sector where all this drama and this stuff, hopefully it'll no longer exist, but in reality we know it's not, but we hope for it. So that's my vision behind that, bro. That's how I see it. And yeah, you cool, bro. I know you're working and stuff. You good. You are good. Once again, everybody, this is the Ask Urban Anything show. And I have dropped a link for you. If you want to come up and have a conversation with me, by all means, you can come up and have a conversation with me. You can talk about whatever, it is you want to talk about on the show. This is what this show is dedicated for. All right. So whatever it is you want to talk about, by all means, you can come up here and have the conversation. We'll have the conversation. All right.
In your current life, man, what does healing look like to you?
Healing look like peace to me. Well, not look like, but it is. Healing is peace to me. Period. Healing to me is the peace and the reassurance that my current life that I'm living, I am doing everything to the best of my ability correctly. While I'm doing my best to make as little mistake as possible, but that doesn't me personally. I know some people out there, they believe that making mistakes is what's going to help you grow and different things like that. I get that understanding, but me being me and me being a black man as well too, we don't have a lot of opportunities for error. We really don't. So I do my very best to be error free to the best of my ability. Now, if I end up making a mistake, what I'm saying, this is what it is. I learn from it and move on. And I also understand that when I make that mistake, depending on what it is, I understand that it ain't nothing I could do to change that. All I could do is learn from it and once again move on. It is what it is. Don't be too hard on myself. So what about you?
Big booty bitches. No.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey, man, I'm just saying. Like, healing looks like being who I am now. Hell, generally, I'm a happy person. I don't live where sirens are at. I don't live with trash. I don't surround myself with negative factors. I put myself in a place where I can constantly absorb.
Mm-hmm.
Now I do have, now again, one of my biggest cons is quite literally blaming myself for everything that happens. That's something I had to grow up having. So that's not something I've been able to take away from you. Even if other people can be like, no, it's someone else's fault. No, it's my fault. It almost borders on a hint of narcissism because it's just, you know, everything is my fault. I won't allow anyone to sit here and feel sorry for me or take sympathy because it is what it is. All I can do is fix it. So I'm my biggest enemy. And I do gotta learn to take it easy on myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I agree with you too on that. I could also be my biggest enemy too. You know what I'm saying? With the things I do. A matter of fact, I'm actually glad that you said that too, because through my journey of self-discovery and healing and all the stuff there, right, I had to learn to put up with me, to put up with myself. I had to you know the one thing that women say, right? Well, single women say, right, that they say that you have to learn to date yourself, right? To be honest with you, in that sentiment, I agree with them. And one point in time, I did it. I literally was dating myself. I literally went out to the movies, to restaurants by myself, went to different events by myself. You know what I'm saying? Just so I could see how the way I am, so I could see what other people see in me. There were certain things that I did not like about myself that, you know, I did out in public. And so when I did that right, I corrected it. I was like, damn, I'm like this, like, damn, I'm an asshole. So I became consciously aware of that, and guess what I did? I started correcting that behavior to make myself better. You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to what you're saying about, you know, you being your own worst enemy. So you literally have to master yourself.
And that's literally been my story. And it's been always about self-reflection. Because if it's always my fault, that means I got to fix it somehow. I have to be able to analyze myself. Hence, when, you know, you go to a professional or talk to a professional, every damn question they ask, I have an answer for it. Everything they could tell me I should be doing, I've already been doing it. You got every last one of them asking, why the hell are you here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Constance, she said this, SBK Big Mustard, I don't have beef with Urban because that's my buddy. We think kind of, we kind of think alike, and Lena, I just like to talk shit to him and joke with him anyway. Then Constance, she followed up by asking me a question. She said, let me ask you this. Why some females be in these channels don't be understanding what you be talking about when it comes to the female thing? And then she followed up and also said that, but you be putting folks on the spot, and you're right, some people can't handle what you have to say sometimes. So to answer all that, yeah, I get it, I understand it and everything. The whole female thing is that I honestly believe that whenever I talk about stuff like this, that it deals with people, you know, worldview. It deals with their social norm. It deals with their upbringing, how the way they've been taught or how the way they've been programmed to be. And so it challenged that. And what tends to happen is that people, they have two choices. They could either agree with it or change, or adapt and change, or they could stay in it. Normally what people do is that they don't want to adapt. They want to stay in it because they're comfortable. Similar to, you know, the movie line of The Matrix, where, you know, the scene on The Matrix where Morpheus was walking with Neo, right? And he was giving Neo the statement like, hey, everybody in The Matrix haven't been unplugged yet.
The woman in the red dress scene.
Yeah, the woman in the red dress scene. And he was saying, hey, you need to understand that these people in The Matrix, they haven't been unplugged yet. And stuff, so that could be a potential enemy to you. You know what I mean? And the reason why is because some people, they don't they are comfortable in the reality that they live in. You know what I mean? They're comfortable in reality, and even if you do plug them, they still probably want to go back into the matrix. Then later on down the line, that's when we learned about Cypher. All right, where he betrayed the whole entire team. But that's the mentality, how the way people were, is that when you give them the truth, right, when you give them that reality, they feel like their current reality is more comfortable, it's more better for them, so they're going to fight against you. If that makes any sense.
To them, I hope.
Cause I told you Lionel was a whole talk about big booty bitches, and SBK singing the song "All I Want for My Birthday" is some big booty bitches. It's like Kanye West.
Based on my resume, based on my resume, it's more so big breasts that I prefer.
Big breast. So why you prefer big breasts than booty, bro?
I don't know. It's when you really analyze it, it's like, oh dang, apparently I don't like the booty. I like the titties.
Mm-hmm. So it's different for me, bro. It's kind of different for me. I like the total package. She got to have both. She got to have both for me.
And so I will say maybe it's because of the fact that I draw women. I've spent literally most of my current life looking at women, designing them, crafting their bodies. When I'm working on my 3D programs, I got a whole mold, and I just be making these girls, and I don't really give them a booty though. Mm-hmm. Despite I was watching BET, but the booty wasn't really ever doing it for me. It wasn't nothing. Like, what am I going to do with that? But I didn't look at it like a sexual thing. It was like, if I'm putting this on a story, like, it just is nothing for me. I'd rather see the big breast. And then I guess that's been an echo or a reflection when I in real life. What do I see? I generally get the chick who got the nice breasts. One chick that I was messing with, I thought that, she had a small frame. When this girl took her shirt off and I saw them titties come down, I said, damn, because she hit them so well. You would have thought she was an A cup. Nah, this chick was like a D cuff.
Mm-hmm.
I grab it through them. So I don't know. I guess that's my preference.
Yeah. Vaughn, salute. And welcome to the new audience that are coming in right now. This is the Ask Urban Anything show where you can ask me any questions. I will address it. And also I have dropped the link as well too. If you want to come up and have a conversation with me, by all means, this is the moment for you to do that, to have a conversation with Urban. All right. So we're talking about random things right now. And preferably we was having a conversation between Sour Patch and Lionel, and Sour Patch had asked a question about the whole entirety of the show because she believed that the whole entirety of every episode that we do, well, at least about 90% of the episode that we do, we literally be attacking women. And so we have been defending our point about that, you know what I'm saying, to encourage to let them know that now that's not the reality at all, you know what I'm saying. It may be perceived that way, but in reality it's not. And so I had asked a question. I asked a question, explain to me how this show attacks a woman physically, mentally, and spiritually. The response back was that, well, it's impossible for y'all to attack a woman physically because we're on YouTube. Then the next response was dealing with mentally, where she was believing that by the things that we say about women directly, then it can want to affect, women mentally. So my response on that was that, hey, if this if the things that we're talking about, if it triggers you, if it's messing with your mental or your mental health, then by all means, this is not a coach. This is not anything like that. You know what I'm saying? By all means, you do not have to watch the content, because at the end of the day, my goal is for you to have your self-love and protect your peace. All right. And that goes for anyone, my day ones or anything like that. So that was my response on that. And Lionel, he also gave his own responses as well too. And so now we're talking about big booty and titties now. That's what we're currently talking about right now. SBK, he said that he like breasts. He's a breast man. Or you a booty. No, he said, man, I like booty, but as long as a woman have a handful to brag, then I'm good. Then he said breasts, with the handful. Got you. So in a way, he's kind of like me, you know what I'm saying, where he liked the full package too. You know what I'm saying? I like the full package. I want her to have the booty and the titties, man.
Oh, to Constance, back to that question about what I hate. I do hate when women only assume I date white women.
Oh,
Now,
yeah.
this goes to a lot of black girls. And this is something a large number of black girls in my life, so I'm not going to say all of y'all are doing it, but in my life have like, I bet you date white women. Or you seem like you only date white women. And I hate that. I like all women. I think you all crazy. I like all y'all crazy asses. Asian, Iran, Indian. Pick something. I like all of you. I have no definite preference when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm. Hey, do you believe that is a man's weakness for him to like a woman the way that he do?
Yes, I mean it's a source of weakness, but it's also a source of strength. It literally is a flip of the coin. Because a girl can literally be amping you up and it'll make you want to go to work for 16 hours. Or a girl can be driving you crazy and it can make you want to go to work for 16 hours just so you don't have to be home.
Mm-hmm.
You could literally be getting stressed out, blood pressure, ultra high, because you got to listen to her nag. But because you like her and she's hot, you're going to deal with it. Girl literally killing you, but you making a choice because you like her or love her for some weird reason.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely a weakness. In fact, speaking of this, I don't like when women essentially try to demonize your mother, because they'll sit here and say, oh man, you're damaged from your mom, or you have an issue with your mom, so now you're going to take it out on the rest of the woman. And it's like they demonize it, but it's like, this is the first woman that's ever loved you. This is a woman that has shown you love you never have experienced, and most likely will never experience again with anyone else. If the woman that loves you the most in the world breaks you, why the hell are you trusting these other women? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, but these women don't look at it that way. I hate that. Because it once again shows they don't try to understand the dude, or they don't care about his mental health.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's an interesting perspective. So, Joe, back in the comments, right on. Welcome back, Joe. Joe say this on. Well, Lionel, choose better.
It depends.
Also,
Go ahead.
Also, SBK say this. He said, "Let's talk about booty again. Is having a booty a necessity?" Just asking
Now,
for the ladies.
I'm gonna go back. We'll go to his second for Joe. See, I agree with the Merovingian that choice is an illusion at the end of the day, because it goes back into the concept of will or free will. We don't build our mind. We come out of the womb and environmental factors start shaping how we're going to do things. It's no different than the people that did they were, if you look it up, people were doing EKJ or whatever, EKG. They were doing these tests, and they was going about basically choosing the left button or the right button. And by doing this, they could determine that a person would basically unconsciously make a choice before they made a choice. So they knew that the person was going to choose right before they chose right. And it shows that, again, you're not in control of your thoughts. If for a random moment you're cooking some pizza and then you start thinking of a bear, or you start thinking of milk devouring you, you didn't forcibly create those thoughts. That shit just happened.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about the whole choose better, despite y'all playing that, I do think that's an actual interesting concept, only because it's an illusion. These people do give you an illusion. You can do a background check and everything. It's literally like when you're looking at, and I mean, it's got to get dark for a quick second, but you're looking at pedos and predators. You see enough of this, these guys aren't giving the signals.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to tell this little girl, oh man, you should have chose better or whatnot, when they don't give you the signals. A lot of them that get caught are people who have a good standing around the community. You don't know until it happens.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, when I hear these guys, I mean, why do the people have to be shitty people to begin with? Us saying choose better, why do they got to be shitty people to begin with? Like, should people just have a pessimistic mentality and just think everyone is just evil? Because that'll definitely make you choose better if you just think everyone's a bad person.
Mm-hmm. Hey, well, what's interesting about that, bro? You remember, I think almost a couple of weeks ago, I was over there to who channel was that? Oh, Mo Love. I was over to Mo Love channel, right? And we was and I was telling you I was having a conversation with her and all these other religious dudes and stuff, right? And we was talking about we was talking about being chosen, right? Because I was telling them about my story about me about my upbringing into religion and stuff, right? And so throughout that conversation, I was challenging them about the chosen. I like, well, do y'all believe in the chosen? Do y'all believe that there's a certain type of people that God chooses to do his will? You know what I'm saying? And so they all unanimously agree, like, hey, there are people who are chosen and things like that. Then, of course, some of them, they do that retarded thing like they always do. Well, all of us was chosen. We all chosen. Like, okay, whatever. So that's to make a long story short, right? I had set them up for that question during that debate for a reason, because it transferred from being the chosen into free will, the free will question. My argument was this. I was telling people, like, I believe that we do not have free will, because the Bible talks about predestination and stuff, right? Or predestiny. If everything is predestined or predetermined, then everything that has happened already happened. You know what I'm saying? There's a beginning and an end. You know what I'm saying? So your life is already being orchestrated, already being written and everything. So no matter what choice you make, you're going to make that choice, period. And when I presented that argument to them, everybody disagreed with that. Like, nah, I don't believe in that at all, period. I'm like, well, hold up. Y'all say that y'all believe that y'all the chosen, right? So what do you think it means to be the chosen? That means that when you're the chosen, right, that means you have to live your life a certain type of way that's pleasing to God. Y'all do agree with that, right? Well, yeah, we agree with that. The Bible say this, the Bible say that and stuff, right? I'm like, well, okay then. So why is it so hard for y'all to believe that your life is predetermined? If you're the chosen, your life already been predetermined, meaning that no matter what you do, you don't have free will. You got to do this, period. So I was just saying that because that reminded me of that debate that I had with them and stuff. And to be honest, that's how people thinking about that choose better thing. You know what I mean? Where It could be a situation where it already been predetermined that you're going to meet this certain type of person. And then you're not aware of their behavior until you actually talk to them, which that goes into vetting and different things like that. It's also true that if you do choose better, right, it's also true that a person could switch up and change on you, end up being a totally different person, you know? So, I mean, it is what it is. Oh, back to SBK question too. He said, let's talk about the big booty again. He said, is having having a booty a necessity?
You got to answer that first.
To me, having the booty is necessity for me. You know what I'm saying? That's a deal breaker to me. If you don't have no booty, then yeah, that's a deal breaker. Matter of fact, just like I told y'all earlier, I'm a booty and titty man. If you don't have none of them, then it's a deal breaker for me. And I can't do it. I don't care how cute you look. I can't do it.
Okay, back on the floor. No, to me, having the booty is not a deal breaker, though. You don't gotta have a booty. I mean, I don't want you to be a pancake, but you don't gotta have a booty. I'm not gonna fault you.
Mm-hmm. Let's continue. Constance asked you a question, Lionel. Constance said, Lionel, question, you like females with pretty feet or ugly feet, or it don't matter?
That's not a question. I know Shane asked a stupid question now.
She asking, do you like pretty feet or not? Do you have a kink? Do you like women with pretty feet or not?
That's not a kink, though. Why would you want a chick with skeleton feet? Why would you want a girl with literally the Loch Ness Monster feet? That looks ugly. The one thing y'all women have to have is a pretty smile and pretty feet.
That's the bare minimum, huh?
Like, god dang. I'm not even saying shave your bush or something. Like, that is y'all job to be pretty. Like, come on. Y'all don't see Joe every time she on camera and she flapping her hair like she in a Victoria's Secret commercial or something? She'll be sitting here smiling like she ready for a photo op. Like, she know what she's supposed to be doing.
Oh, speaking of which, Joe, she responded. She said, when I stated choose better, I was referring to Lionel's statement that men rather not come home and stay out of the house.
No, Joe, I was attacking your comment for its entirety. Nothing specific. But I'm also not going to fault that man in the same breath for doing what he can, because just giving up just because you're inconvenienced, I mean, y'all can't tell me relationships are hard and you got to work through it. But in the same breath, when it's hard, you're telling me this nigga, he got to leave. Like, which one is it?
Mm-hmm. SBK, he said, man, I believe I'm chosen. I walk up in the joint with my finger up like Roman Reigns on them boys.
I feel it.
The OTC. SBK, he said, for me, it is, you got to have it. Pumps in the bump. Give me the girl with the pumps in the bump.
This dude is hilarious. But he's not. I mean, I get it at the same time. Like, again, we're in a society that there is particular standards. Dudes generally don't want a chick that is, well, dressed like some dude from the Rough Riders anthem video. Like, we don't want a girl wearing baggy jeans, some Timberlands, a whole dress T-shirt from back in the day. We don't want that.
Mm-hmm.
We want you to be pretty. We want to have the pretty feet, either some stilettos, some wedges, sundress, those kinky boxer shorts now. Maybe make it lace, crop top, maybe a crop sweater, nice hair, face not busted, pretty hands. We're not asking for much.
This nigga here was sent her describing Maya.
We're not asking for much.
He literally sent her describing Maya, y'all. So he looking for a Maya, man.
You know, we're not asking for much. Your nose is right. But this is also like a real talk. Like it's hard to take women's standards when it comes to men physically. It's hard to take it seriously, mainly because we see so many men that basically just they dress average, half of them are busted, but their girl, she looks phenomenal. And it's just acceptable. And women can say, hey, not me, and that's cute. But it doesn't change the reality of what we all see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Constance, she said on Lionel, but some females don't have pretty feet. That's why she was asking it.
Then you're disqualified if you ain't got pretty feet. Man, if she take them socks off, and it looked like something from the Addams Family, I'm not with it. If it looked like some Solomon Grundy feet,
Mm-hmm. Joe, she did respond. She said he's not coming home and working on anything. He's choosing to stay out the house.
Well, technically he's working. So one, we're not going to disqualify him from working. Two, just because he got to get his mind right. How can he get his mind right in the environment that's putting him down?
What up, gents?
Mm-hmm. Hey, Sparrow, welcome to the calling line. What you got, bro?
Honestly, I had logged on and I saw you guys were talking about ass and titties, so I was like, okay, let me see what they're talking about.
Hey. So the question was asked in the chat. What do you prefer? What do you prefer? Do you prefer ass? Do you prefer titties, or do you prefer both?
I would imagine everyone would prefer both. Is this like complete deal breaker? Like, nah. Like one or the other. Like if I had a gun to my head, or could like pick one for the rest of time.
No. We're talking about in general. You know, that's your preference. Do you prefer ass, titties, or both?
Oh, both can get love. You know,
Mm-hmm.
fortunate enough to be with someone that was quite blessed in both areas.
Oh yeah. Me too. Yeah, so that's why I was saying too. I prefer both because I need both. I need to be smacking that ass and playing with them titties.
However, it's not I don't think like, I mean, like I'm married now, but like in my single days, I wouldn't say it's a complete, obviously that's, you know, my preference, but I wouldn't count somebody out, you know. Like I'm like, hey, pretty face, and then we work our way down, you know, and depending, you know, we can eliminate certain things. But yeah, preferably, yeah, but I wouldn't like count someone out completely. Like if my wife, you know, was built like a washboard, but she had the same face and she was the same person, like, I mean, yeah, we could make it work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's still based on your preference though, because I understand that, you know, as the older you get, your preferences may change, you know, depending on, you know, dependability, depending on what type of woman overall that you're looking for. Correct.
Well, I think definitely I've noticed as I've gotten older, I've become a little more lenient about certain things. Like I think, like obviously when I was like a young bull, like my early 20s and like a teenager, you know, certain things, it's like, oh yeah, this and that, and like I look back on it now and I'm like, yo, certain things that I said like back then I wouldn't go for. Oh hell yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm for it now. Like I don't really care.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like, and again, like I'm married now, so it's a little different. But like I noticed, like in my mid 20s, I think we had this talk before. I don't care about like a fat girl. Like if you're
Yeah.
pretty, like a big bitch with a snatch waist can go a long way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah, we kind of talked about this. I think a little bit. Then we start talking about political stuff afterwards. So I'm kind of curious on why is it different now that you're married versus when you was out in the streets.
like, what do you mean, like my preferences or?
Yeah, yeah. That's talking about in this concept about ass and titties because you said now since you're married, it's different for you.
Oh, I meant quite literally just because like I'm not like actively like I'm not like on the scene as it were. Like I'm not looking for anyone. Like it doesn't matter or apply to me necessarily anymore. But in a
Hmm.
hypothetical, like if I like was a free agent, like what would my preferences be? Like yeah, it would be like yeah, I like a curvier, more like womanly looking. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So the conversation we was just talking about in general. We wasn't just talking about you being single and going out. We just talking about overall the preference that you want in a woman. Do you prefer your woman to have ass or
Oh, I,
titties?
I got to give that
And this
preface in case, you know what I mean? In case
yeah,
she
it
hear me.
can yeah it can include your wife. You know what I'm saying? It can include your wife because like currently right now my wife she got ass and titties on. That was part of one of the reasons, many reasons that I hollered at her and eventually married her was the ass and
Oh yeah,
titties in her
definitely caught
mind and
my
different things
attention.
like that. Hmm. Once
Oh,
again, everybody, this is the Ask Irby Anything show where you can want to ask any question your heart desire, or if you feel up to it, by all means, you can want to go ahead and hit the link and we can have a conversation. Go ahead, Sparrow.
oh yeah, well yeah, if that's just the case, it's generally like yeah, who doesn't like TNA? I feel like every guy does like to some degree, but I do think like a common misconception. I think like a lot of people, especially when we're talking about ass, people inflate a big ass with having a nice ass, and that is not the case. That is not the case at all.
Hmm.
Because like you have a lot of not so good looking, more heavier set women who are like, oh yeah, I got a big ass. And it's like, yeah, you have a big ass. That is it. You have a big ass. You don't have a nice ass.
Hmm. So that's kind of interesting too. You mentioned about the heavy women, or modern day they call them big backs and stuff, right? So just like you say, technically speaking, they got big titties and they got big ass, but it's literally big. It's not proportionally, I guess, measured.
Yeah, that's what I
I
said. Like a
guess.
big girl with a snatch waist is a completely different thing from just being like oblong, egg shaped. Like she's not fat. She shapes like yeah. Like there's a difference between that, or especially like if you're like again a pretty face. If you're pretty, at least you can get far. You can get far. Like so, like having
True.
crazy body. Like, and I've been with young ladies that are, for the most part, I can always say pretty face. I've been with girls that are like crack skinny. I've been with like heavier set girls, but they were always pretty, like definitely.
Hmm. Yeah, it is what it is. I salute you on that. So, question. This for both you and Lionel and everybody in chat as well. The men in the chat. Have y'all ever dated a big back woman and smashed a big back woman?
YESS, yes.
What about you, Lionel?
No, I
Damn.
refuse to date fat women. I refuse to be in a fat woman. I don't do fat women. I have said this since I was actually a child, and nah, hell, you and SBK saw my roster. Mm-mm.
So, how was your experience on Sparrow with a big back woman?
Yeah, it was fine. I
Yeah.
liked her, and it sounds corny, but it's like I liked her. She was pretty. Again, I feel like everything was proportionate. She just was. She was taller than me sitting down, in a good way. So,
Oh.
um, Yeah. So, you know, like I don't that kind of thing I don't mind about. I think when I was younger, actually I would even argue like when I was younger, I didn't mind it even then, but like probably like just because like perception. I was maybe like worried about what like other people thought, but if I'm honest with myself now, like yeah, I don't think I ever really cared.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I had dated big back woman too, by the way. To be honest with you, for us like the sex with them and stuff, it's different from a normal, I guess, average or fitted woman. I don't know
Yeah, it's a
why.
workout.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know why it is. It's just definitely different, So there's a lot of sweat involved, a whole lot,
And
and
not
it's
from
not
me.
coming from not from us. But it's interesting, say the least. You know what I mean? I also, that's my experience with dealing with big back women. I have found, well, through my experience, big back women are way more freakier than average women. I don't know why that is. Through your experience, how the big back woman you talked to, was she way more freakier than other women that you dealt with?
I would say like generally the same. Like I didn't notice a significant difference. Like, 'cause I don't think I ever really thought that much about like her being bigger. It was just like, yo, I like you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So I didn't
gotcha.
really think about it. And I would even argue, I think I said this like one other time when I called in and that was the subject. I would argue a lot of guys, not every single one, like Lionel seems pretty like for sure. But I think a lot of guys probably don't. Not that it's their preference. I don't think it's necessarily like there are some people where they're like, oh yeah, I'm only BBW all day. But I would
Mm-hmm.
argue that a lot of guys who it may not be their general preference, but I would argue a lot of guys more than is thought don't mind necessarily.
Gotcha. Yeah, now I feel you on that. Oh, also Sparrow. I know almost like I think about 3 or 4 episodes ago, we was doing the review on the movie Straw, and I know that you want to give your perspective on that, so you can do that tonight.
Well, I freaking enjoyed it. I ironically, like I thought it was very entertaining. Me and my wife watched it together. We thought it was hilarious. I the last Tyler Perry movie I watched before that was A Fall from Grace, which I felt the same way about. I was like, "Oh, this is fucking gold. I love it." It was like watching Tubi trash. It was
I
like this
I,
is
I act-
so bad that it's good.
I actually enjoy watching The Fall for Grace, even though it was like you say it was bad, but it was weird. I don't know.
It
Go
was
ahead, bro.
goofy. It was goofy as hell, and like literally the first scene with what's her name, Mrs. Huxtable. It's like slipping my mind. But yeah, I knew in that first scene that it was her, like the whole time. And it was because somehow Tyler Perry can generate a bad performance, even from like a phenomenal like actor or actress.
Hmm.
Like I don't know how he does it, but like just his material just calls for like very on the nose, like hey, wink, wink. Like just the way she was acting, I'm like, yo, she's not a bad actress, but she's being so hype right now and trying to like he thought he was so clever like with that movie. Like I remember in like the press stuff, he's like, "Oh, I made the movie in a week," and we're like, "Yo, we can tell, dude. Like we can tell you wrote we can tell you did it in a week. Like it's that bad." But Straw, very very interesting. And like I talked to like you know other people like people at work and stuff about it, and of course I work with majority black people. They just thought it was so great, and I realized that they were not naming, they couldn't say why it was good. The reason why they thought it was good was because of the, I guess, theme involved. And I'm like, well, that doesn't mean a movie's good. Like, and a lot of people who watch movies, any movie, will usually say a movie's good because they like the message or the theme about it. And I'm like, well,
Hmm.
that doesn't mean it's good. You can like again, the plight of the downtrodden single mom of color. Like, yeah, that's cute and shit, but like, it was bad. It was bad. It was bad for so many reasons. Just as far as like writing and execution, but like overall, it I mean, it did what it was supposed to do, which was to give black women a "Mhm, I feel you, sister." So since that was the goal, I guess one could say it was successful. I mean, obviously it was like number one and probably still is on Netflix, but it was just too on the nose. It was too obvious. I think Tyler Perry was a coward because he had like three different endings, and I think to kill
Mm-hmm.
off the daughter was cowardly because if the daughter wasn't dead, then she would have to face the inevitableness of being separated from her daughter, and Tyler just couldn't
Mm-hmm.
have that in this movie, so he had to kill her off. I thought that was cowardly.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
it was Tiana Taylor. That couldn't have been worse casting. If anything, Tiana Taylor should have played the whiny bank teller. I think that would have been way better for her because I just did not believe her as this super fucking like they were treating her like she was Ed Graham from Hannibal, and I'm like, no, she's not this super detective. It's just fucking Tiana Taylor. Like that's all I saw in a bad wig.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Well, hey, bro, it's a Tyler Perry movie. That's his trademark of having
yeah,
all
the
his
bad
actors
wigs.
wear bad wigs.
That's because it's written and directed by Tyler Perry, produced by Tyler Perry, wardrobe and makeup by Tyler Perry, starring Tyler Perry. Like it's oh my god, like it just keeps going and again he does know his audience obviously. And what's crazy
Mm-hmm.
is I don't think it's the type of thing where he's like scamming them. I think he genuinely believes the bullshit that he's writing. And that's what makes it makes it so genuine. It's almost like he can't be mad at him because he is a nice guy as far as I know. Like he's a nice
Mm-hmm.
dude. He gives back to the community. Like him, the fact that he built like the most impressive movie studio in the world that other studios and people like he outsources it to other people. Like I've seen like pictures of it. It's freaking insane. It is a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful studio. The stages are massive. They're all named after like famous black people in cinema. Like I can respect all that. He gives a lot of people jobs. Like he is a decent dude as far as I know, as far as like celebrity billionaire status goes. But like he is a hack artistically. I just can't. And like I love movies. I write scripts for fun. He sucks. And like I'm an amateur, and I just looking at his stuff, I'm like, dude, like it works so much better on stage because his stuff is so melodramatic and on the nose that like the medium of theater you can get away with it. Like his stuff would works brilliantly on stage. Like I would still watch a Tyler Perry play like
Mm-hmm.
even today just for entertainment because it works. Like his cheesiness works on stage. It does not work in film. And like even on a technical aspect, that movie was just like the part where the cops pull up. Oh my god, it was an editing nightmare. It was confusing my brain, and it was like, Tyler, you're trying to make these five cars look like a million, and I can tell like it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't work. And then like the whole through line with the white cop being like the key, even though we only had one scene with him. Like we never see him after that scene where he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, bitch. Like we
Mm-hmm.
never see him again, but everything is on him. And it's like
Yeah.
he didn't know if he wanted to do a white cops against black women or society against black women. Like he couldn't pick a lane. And like it
Mm-hmm.
just the pacing was rushed and yet slow at the same time. Like the part where like I guess like she's going viral and everyone's watching her online. I thought that was the end of the movie. But then oh lo and behold, there's still 45 fucking minutes left. And it was like, dude, like let it end. And just also just the weird coddling and like, oh, so yeah, you're a single mom, you had a bad day and you lashed out. It's okay because we understand. I
Mm.
think, and this is kind of with all movies nowadays, they kind of teach bad lessons, like morally. Like I just saw Sinners the other day, which if you
Oh
haven't
yeah.
seen it, fucking fantastic, awesome, awesome, awesome. However, I had one little gripe with it, and it was kind of the ending. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but it's like the movie sets up a very kind of basic, kind of fairy tale like morality story, but because of the way modern people think, it's like Ryan Coogler couldn't commit to there being like an objective right or wrong. It was still like blaze your own trail and do for yourself, and it contradicted kind of the morality and rules that the movie itself set up. And I think
Mm-hmm.
especially with Tyler Perry movies, it's just kind of like, oh yeah, black woman, yeah, throw grits on his ass, cheat, rebel, and it's like I guess, but there should be real consequences, like there is right and wrong, and like the Taraji's character just, again, like, I'm not gonna lie, the first like what half hour is just everyone shitting on her. And I think that what they should have did was we should have seen a day before the really bad day to kind of establish and set up the relationships. Maybe like the whole thing with the bank manager, like knowing her and stuff. I did not fucking pick up any of that until they told me. And that's another thing. Tyler doesn't know how to, like, he doesn't trust his audience. Subconsciously, he thinks his audience is stupid because a lot of them are. And you can tell in the writing, like, most of the movie, it was just like, it was very on the nose, like, oh yes, black woman, you got it hard, black single mom, the fan in the window, the eviction notice, like, it was very on the nose. And then I groaned, so me and my wife groaned so loud when that part where she's giving that speech. She's like, for a black woman, it was like, oh Jesus, Tyler, you just couldn't, like, we already got it, we got it, dude, like, you didn't need to tell me. Like, he literally just said the message, and he does that all the time. And it's like, you don't trust your audience. Like, movies are about show, don't tell. And all he does is tell. He tells the audience how to feel. He tells us what to think. You should let an audience, like, you should present open-ended questions so that way I can fill in the blanks or come up with my own interpretation, because it is art. Like, he may have like a definite thing that he wants to get across, but at the end of the day, art is subjective, and maybe I could get something different from it than maybe someone else. It doesn't have to be that way, but still.
Hey, Sparrow, by the way, I had asked Lionel this question on the show when we was doing the reaction on this, and I'm going to ask you the same question. Why do you believe that the writers do that, where they intentionally write out certain things about the story? You understand what I'm saying?
They're and make either bad writers, or again, it's either conscious or subconscious. I think with Tyler, it's subconscious. I don't think he thinks ill. Like, I don't think that he thinks ill of his audience. I think he respects them and loves them a lot. But you don't trust them. You don't trust them to get it, or you're not good at getting a point across. Even though he very much got the point across, but he still had to tell me how to feel.
And did you see that movie Acrimony with Taraji?
No, I'm not gonna lie. I avoid a lot of his stuff.
So whenever you have time, bro, you and your wife go look up on Acrimony with Taraji, and I'll go watch that movie. And then when you watch that movie, come back to the lounge and let me know what you think about that. Because
is that good?
I'm gonna leave that to your interpretation, but the reason why I'm gonna ask you to watch it is because I made a statement when we was doing the reaction video that Taraji character on Straw was similar to the character on Acrimony.
And similar to the character in all his other fucking movies. Like, there's some poor put upon black woman who's struggling, but she works hard and she's badass. The only thing that was missing in this one was a shirtless dude. That was the only thing that this one didn't have, or cross-dressing. Which, again, like a lot of people, especially like black men, when I talked about Tyler Perry, that's like their biggest issue. And I'm like, oh, there's so many bigger issues. Him wearing a dress, that's minuscule to the other problems with his movie, mainly being the writing. Like, the best movie, I think, especially like the Medea stuff that I saw, was his very first one, which was Diary of a Mad Black Woman. And that was good because he didn't direct it. And I know that sounds mean, but it's the truth. And same thing with his shows. His shows are terrible too. I saw this Instagram post he did where he's like showing all these stacks of scripts. And he's like, yeah, I wrote all these. These are full seasons of all my TV shows. Other shows have writers' rooms of 13 people. I don't. And I'm like, dude, you can tell. Why don't you have other writers on TV shows? Like, you're writing every single fucking thing yourself. It'd be different if because other shows have like showrunners where they have a writer's room, everyone gets down the ideas, and then there's like one guy who might do like the final draft. You saw that with like the first few seasons of the Boondocks, Aaron McGruder. He had a writer's room, but he always did the final draft. You see it to this day with South Park. Trey Parker does all the final drafts of all the scripts, but they still have a team of people because especially with something like film or TV, like it's a collaborative effort. Like, you don't want everything going through one person because think about the possibilities. Like someone else may have an idea that could elevate something that you thought of way better, or maybe there's something in it that you're attached to. 'Cause especially when you're a writer, you get really attached to your ideas because they're your babies, and maybe it takes like a partner or someone else to be like, hey, this is kind of trash, maybe we should do it this way instead. And then you're like, oh my god, that's so much better. And there's so many examples through film and TV where, you know, you'll see a director who's like, oh yeah, you know, I got stuck in this one area, and then like, you know, so and so came up and he was like, hey, why don't you do this? And it was like, oh, the whole thing just came together. So I think, and again, to some degree, it's commendable that he does so much himself, but I think also to his detriment. Like if he really cared about his art and wanted to make the best possible thing, he wouldn't need to be the star. Like I hope to one day maybe make a feature, even if it's really, really small, low budget. But like, I don't plan on doing everything my fucking self. I'm not a good cinematographer. I would want to get someone who knows how to do that. I'm not good at sound. I want to get a good sound guy. If like I write stuff to this day, and I have a buddy who, you know, he's also in the scripts and stuff. I run shit through him because maybe I don't see something that he can see, and not only that, but it's for an audience. Like write it for, and Tyler does do that. He writes it for his audience, but sadly his audience, we as a people, I don't know, we there's this weird thing in the black community where it's like, oh, support it just because a nigga did it. And I'm like, no, fuck that. I'm not like if you really want to be good, like if I want someone to, I want to be the best because I'm the best. I don't want to be the best black anything. I want to be the best because I'm the best, and I want it to stand out, and I want everyone to be able to get something from it. Even if, like, let's say I write a piece and I'm like, oh, yo, I wrote this thinking about my people. That's cool, but like, I still would want like a white guy or an Asian guy or a Jewish guy to see it and still be like, oh, yeah, that was pretty dope. Like, why would I want to just keep it in-house? And then like this weird idea that we can't criticize other black people because I guess it looks bad. I'm like, no, if he made trash, tell him he made trash so he can go and make something better. Like, why are we just coddling and yeah, why are we coddling each other? Like, do better, bro. Like, someone needs to tell Tyler, like, I get like his money's long, and that's, I hear so many celebrities and like people like Taraji and all them say like, oh well, Tyler's doing this for us, and I'm like, good for fucking him. Tell him to make better shit. Don't you want better representation? Because I personally, like, I hate when people say like Tyler Perry is representation for the black community. I don't get any of that. I mean, I get it, but like, I'm like, this is us. Fuck no, I don't want this to be the only representation of us. There is so much more than ooh, Lordy child. Like, there's more to us than that. Like, and that's all he fucking puts out.
Yeah. Lionel, you got something to add to it, bro?
Do you know what the anime? I got to give you an example. Do you know what the anime Bleach is?
I've heard of it, but like I don't watch a lot of
when you go to Japanese culture, a lot of their manga writers are a writer of one, no team. They do have an editor that'd be like, yo, you might need to change this, or people can't understand this, but it's a writer of one. So it's hard for me to criticize Tyler too much when I'm heavily into Japanese manga and light novels. Like they're literally doing this by themselves. And some of them are also the artists of it also. And a lot of the big ones that are mega successful has been an army of one. Now, obviously, when it transitions to anime, now you got a whole team to animate it and whatnot. And when you take one of the biggest criticisms that the fandom across the board has is when they start adding in filler arcs. Arcs that were not written by the author in the manga. And this was done literally by teams. And 9 times out of 10, Urban can attest it. I know he's seen it. People are like, yo, this shit is trash. Why didn't they just stick to the book? Why are they adding in all this extra shit that's making it worse? Because they want the vision of that one author. And sometimes, so as a writer myself, I can understand that Tyler has a vision, and that's how he's trying to carry it out. But I do agree that if you want to make the best work, sometimes you might need help, especially if you're getting some bad criticism.
I can respect that, and I wouldn't say it's an absolute statement, but in Tyler's case, he is not strong in that area, so I would argue that he
Yeah, I
needs
got you.
fucking help. Like he
Yeah,
needs help.
because he's getting backlash, he's getting criticism in different areas. You hear it across the board. In his mind, he may not care because it's his vision, and with his vision, he's going to carry out the way he wants because he's looking at it like, hey, all the ones that made me was millionaire anyway.
And
And
it makes money.
so until y'all stop caring about my vision, I see no reason to change it.
And I think I've actually heard him say that before. Like he's been like, "Oh yeah, people criticize my work, and it's like, well, the people are buying it, my audience likes it." But I think that goes into, I think a lot of, especially Black women, they support it just because they're like, "Oh, Tyler is for us." And I'm like, yeah, that's nice. And again, but like, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. That's cute that he's doing it for you. Like, I don't know, that kind of thing just never, especially being like, Black in America. Like, it's like people are always telling me like, oh, you should be into this. And I'm like, why the fuck should I? I think if I don't like it, like, again, it's cool if you like it, but like, why am I just going to support something just because that nigga looks like me? That's stupid. Like, I think like that's dumb. If I like it genuinely, then that's one thing. And again, it's art is subjective. So like, if someone likes a Tyler Perry movie, I'll probably definitely make fun of them. But like, that's fine, But I just like, but it's the past few years have been dark for cinema. However, in the Black community, we got some, like I said, we get Ryan Coogler with Sinners, which is amazing because he, like, what was his breakout? Fruitvale Station or whatever, which is great. But then for the past like several movies after that, he did like the Rocky, the Creed movies, and then he was just with fucking Disney, where they pretty much just poach any up and coming hot director to put their name on something, but it's not their vision. And like Black Panther for a Marvel movie was okay. I have a lot of problems with it, but it was one of the better ones of the Marvels movies. But it's still not like, that was not his vision. That's Disney. Like there's a status quo. And I think I even heard Ryan Coogler in a press thing about Sinners was saying like, yeah, I was just kind of doing other people's shit for a long time. This is just something that's like me. And you can tell when you watch Sinners, it's like he just put everything that he thought was freaking cool in one movie. And you could tell that he loved making it. So like and not only him, but like Jordan Peele, and especially being like a horror fan, Jordan Peele's been, knocking it out the park, producing stuff and directing stuff. I think he's got another movie coming out. He didn't direct it, but he did write the spiritual sequel to Candyman, and the first Candyman is like one of my favorite movies ever. And I do have some issues with the ending of the new Candyman, but all in all, it was fantastic. And that is cool. And like, even though I'm not like one of those people that's like, oh, representation for the fuck of it, as a young, Black brother, it does feel good to like see like dope shit being made like by us that isn't like just generic, church auntie fare, or niggas in the hood shooting each other up. And if it is, it's done with purpose and intention, and it's like not like so on the nose. And what sucks even more about it is, a Black director can make something, but then because he's a Black director, people start putting all this shit on it. Like I looked at, like, ever since I saw Sinners, I've been looking at stuff online, and sadly, I've noticed a lot of comments from Black people. They clearly weren't watching the fucking movie because they keep putting this political stuff on. I'm like, the movie is about music. Now, there are obviously, because it takes place in the Jim Crow South and the kind of... Did you guys see Sinners?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, fuck, I don't want to say too much then.
Yeah.
But there... Okay, I'll try to be as vague as possible. Maybe Lionel will pick up on it. But, like, there are elements of that, and there is, like, that does come up, but the movie itself is not political. It's not about that. Like, this one lady online, she was like, oh, the white vampire wants to steal the brother's music, which is an example of colonialism. And I'm like, the vampire was Irish, and clearly you did not hear any of his monologues or know fucking American history. Because if you knew anything about American history, you would know why the significance of the vampire being Irish and what he says and what he's tempting the main characters with is relevant and important. The Irish were treated just as bad as Black people in America. So like I don't like that. That's why that's significant. So like if you got colonialism and cultural appropriation from it, you weren't fucking watching the movie, and that's what pisses me off. And like all that, like even with Get Out, which was amazing. I'm sure you guys have both seen Get Out.
Yeah, y'all seen it.
Yeah, fucking fantastic. A lot of people do not get what the movie's about. The movie is about white liberals. It's not about evil, racist white people that, I mean, I would say, yeah, they are technically racist, but not the kind of, it's the real racism in America. The white liberal that loves black people. They love them. They love them so much that their true prejudice comes out. Like, think about it, the white people in Get Out. Like, I talked to people who saw Get Out and thought it was like white people trying to control black people to make them slaves. And I'm like, you are dumb. No, they wanted to merge with them. They were like, oh, yo, you are awesome, but you just ain't there yet. But if we join together, oh, think of the possibilities like that. And that's the white liberal, which is, if you know anything about Malcolm X, is the true enemy in the race war, as it were, in America. And to this day, I think that the white liberal, I'd rather have a drink with a Klansman than a white liberal. Yeah, you heard me right. Y'all can clip that.
Yeah, because to be honest with you, I actually agree with you on that point. Because the white liberals is like way worse, man. They did
Snakes
any type
in
of
the grass.
Yeah, they are. They way worse, man. They're unhinged, like for real, man. You know what, to make it even deeper, bro. Not only white liberals, but there are black liberals as well too. That's on the same level. Do you agree with that?
If you're talking about like the race hustlers and grifters, I think so, but I would say they're a little different. They are just flat out racist, in my opinion. I'm like, so you're not arguing for equal rights. You're arguing for superiority and get back for what you feel as though was done to you, which again is understandable. But you can't argue like, oh, this thing was done that is wrong, and it's like, well, what was wrong? Is it wrong because it was done to you, or wrong because it's just wrong in general? And I've noticed in talking with a lot of people, especially like, it's so weird, but people say like, oh, it's more racist today than ever before. I agree and disagree with that, because not in the way that they think, but it's like, yeah, like again, and it's kind of like what Morgan Freeman said, like we keep fucking talking about it. Anyone who thinks you're going to get rid of racism is stupid. And they clearly don't understand, like he's saying, America's the most racist country in America. No, we have a weird relationship with race, but it's like we keep talking about it and not talking about it at the same time. Everywhere else in the world, they don't give a fuck. If they don't like you, and most of the time, it's not necessarily because of the color of your skin, it's because you're from a different place with a different culture and different beliefs and different way of doing things. That's true prejudice. It's like, I don't like you because you are other, you're not me. And in America, we seem to think like, oh, it's black and white, and like it's like you talk to some of those like hotep niggas of like, oh, black people are the most important, most special people in the entire world. We invented and did everything dope. And it's like, that may be the case, but like, so you're asking for superiority. So you don't really, it's not that you felt as though, you know, the slaves or black Americans were treated bad, and that's just bad because it's not right to treat people, you know, wrong. It's bad because you think that you are better, and how dare they? And I just think that's just a contradiction. Like, don't like change your argument then. If that's what you want to argue, by all means, you'll lose that argument. But like, change the argument. Don't say that it's so like, if we're talking about like black quote liberals, which I would argue that most, like if we're talking about the true definition of the word, most black Americans are. I think I'm a classic liberal. People think otherwise because of the current political climate. But how about the news lately, huh?
Yeah. Yep. But hey, Sparrow, hey, I appreciate you coming up, bro, and sharing your perspective, man. Shout out to you, and also shout out to your family as well too, and putting up at the lounge like you always do, bro.
No problem. I'm gonna skate on out of here.
All right, appreciate it, man.
Yeah, bye.
Once again, y'all, this is the Ask Urban Anything show where you can come up and ask any questions that your heart desire. Have a conversation with me as well too. You had the opportunity to do so. I did post the link, put the link out there for you to hit the link and join the show. All right. So appreciate everyone who's tuning in and watching the show right now. And y'all give y'all perspective, and y'all also keeping the chat going on as well too. Appreciate that a whole lot. Lana, you have anything you want to add on?
People give Vince McMahon a lot of slack, and I know he's a taboo topic at the moment, but the dude knew what he was doing. He was out of touch, obviously, with modern day in terms of certain storylines, but he knew how to make a star. And there's a lot of these stories. I mean, they're so consistent. So many people say it. How he would come into the locker room. He got a whole writing team of 41 people. He would look at the script and tear that shit up 30 minutes before the show. So the back room would be nothing but chaos. And he would rewrite the entire show by himself. And then he'd be like, all right, this is what we're going to do. So for years, we would hear the writing team is just there for nothing. They're just getting a free paycheck for showing up because they never use his he never uses their ideas. Eventually, you know, he did take a break, and we would definitely see a clear difference in the shows. When I look at shows today, I personally think a lot of the shows in wrestling are trash. That's me, though. Y'all can like them, and I always love fans and hearing fans' perspective. But I've literally got a whole hashtag bring back Vince, because I hate a lot of the stories right now. I hate what they're doing with the women. I hate what they're doing with Jey Uso. I hate Jade Cargill. I just don't like these stories. Mm-hmm. And then if I go back and watch an episode from the year 2000, I'm on the edge of my damn seat. Even the filler characters are entertaining. There's definitely respect to be had for people who have the writers who have a vision and operate on that vision. I wanted to just say that.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
What is your thought on it? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I really don't have much of a thought on that, to be honest with you.
Well, I didn't mean that particular. I meant in terms of like writers who basically don't really want to take other people's opinions and just have their own vision.
Oh, that. Well, we live in a culture where we want things instant. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to put in the work to do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? Or to be different or unique. You know what I'm saying? We want this copy and paste type thing. You know what I'm saying? So in that case, we kind of talk about this too, Lionel, where people lost their imagination, lost their vision to be different.
Because they see what gets the money. Why be different when I can just copy that person?
Yeah. SBK, he said this, give me your thoughts on folks biting our style when discussing about Men's Mental Health Month. Now, I have a double take on that. The first part of that is that I'm glad that we was the gateway to talk about these issues. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. Another thing is that what I don't like is this. I don't like it when we're talking about men's mental health, people don't stick with talking about men's mental health. And then when they do talk about it, they only talk about the cognitive functions of men's mental health, a dude going crazy and different things like that. That's the one thing they talk about and leave it at that, So I don't agree with that, because dealing with man's mental health is not just with the cognitive. It's dealing with his behavior. It's dealing with his life as well, too. Things that he been dealing with, through relationships or through his life in general that needs to be talked about. That's taboo, So people, I don't know why people were scared to take it to the level that I took it to, right? Have no idea. furthermore, you know what I'm saying, like the thing that Queen did and stuff, right? You know, I respect Queen, but at the same time, I'm like, look, man, we're talking about men's mental health. We're not talking about women's mental health. It don't have nothing to do with women's mental health, nor I don't like it when we do this on both things too when we're talking about men's mental health. Well, if we're talking about men's mental health, we got to talk about women's mental health as well too, because we both suffer. No, we get that, but we're not talking about that.
You see me in the comments though, right? I know all of you see me in the comments, and I'll be like, it's not about both of us right now. Like, why do y'all keep? So the men literally are trying to take it out of that and say, hey, it's about us. We're telling you how we feel, but then it's like it takes two. It's a party of two. What about the women? And it's like, no, we're talking about us. Just acknowledge we feel this way. If we say that this chick did this to us, damn, hold the girl accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be trying to understand her and shit like that. Like, dude in prison now. I feel sorry for him. Dude heartbroken. Dude mentally broken. I feel for him. Why do we have to be like, well, what about the woman? I don't give a shit. What about the bro? They gave you a whole month. You had someone try to challenge this. Like, damn, how many women have y'all heard say, I didn't even know that this was a month? And ironically, I hear this every year. And I'm telling them, well, it started back in the early 90s where it was official. They're like, what? I didn't hear about that. Let them look it up. It's right there. Then it tells you when it became more known in the 2000s. So when the men are trying to talk outside of freaking Father's Day, because never forget, women's used to have two women's mental health month. So when they start talking about men's mental health, now it's a problem. Now we got to talk about the women. I hate that. Let the dudes get it out. You want the guys to be more emotional, more aware, more healing. They keep asking the guys to be like this, but when the guys try to talk, they disrespect them.
Mm-hmm. So in other words, ladies, just like y'all have y'all 1 month with women's mental health, just like y'all have y'all day with Mother's Day, let us have our month and day too. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to be both. Like, like women be doing, like with Father Day. Oh, it's both men and women. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to they always say shout out to the real men out there, the real fathers out there. Then they say shout out to the mothers who have to be a father out there. But you don't hear they say that the other way around with Mother's Day. Hey, shout out to the real mothers out there. Shout out to the one fathers who are actually mothers out there as well too. You don't hear that at all, period. You know what I mean?
And my thing is, when I hear women talk about the past, they'll say the men of the past didn't talk about their problems. They didn't say just this, that, and the 10th. But then I make a comment about how all those men of the past will say, don't get married. Don't tie the knot with any woman. The same dudes that they'll say, oh, my dad raised 9 kids by himself. My dad built the house by himself. My dad did all this. He made sure his wife had everything. I 100% guarantee that man will tell me, do not get married. So all these dudes from back then are saying the same thing. But then I ask Urban, they telling him. I asked SBK in the chat, they telling him. I asked the 30 dudes in the store, they say the same thing. These dudes are all literally trying to tell you they were not happy. But why would y'all pay attention to that?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree.
They weren't a safe space.
I agree.
I'd love to have a female that's a safe space. But you know what she's going to tell me? She's not my therapist. She's not my mom. She's not my friend. They'll be quick to tell you what they not. You should be healed. You shouldn't have to worry about nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, facts.
Just saying, like, it's Men's Mental Health Month, and you have been talking about it. SBK, he's tried to talk about it a bit, but listening to the women on his show try to give a perspective on this, it just rubbed me the wrong way. And I know Selena would sit here and say Lionel just tells people he don't know they full of shit. And I do. But I listen to these women and that's the first thing that comes to my mind. Y'all full of shit. Because if I ask any of the dudes that y'all associated with, I guarantee they would say that. The problem is they're so concerned about what these guys will say. Like, let's say they bring them on a panel, if they bring them around. And I tell stories about how women that have a dude around me, and these dudes will give a great star review. They'll say, you know what? This is great. This is good for you, young buck. All of that. That woman walks away 100% of the time. Over 9,000. That man says, do not listen to me. Do not do this. Do not trap yourself. That's why I say, I mean, these girls don't have real conversations with these guys. They don't know what they're thinking. They hear the shit online and they instantly dismiss it, or they'll take it the negative end.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Like these dudes, I mean, the dudes try to look out for us. Unfortunately, we don't listen. We submit to the system. Next thing you know, bam, we got a wife, we got kids, we got a home, and then we telling the next dude, I should have listened. Don't do it. I love my wife, but And then what do we like to say? What do the women, the women like to say? Have you ever been married, Lionel? Do you have kids, Lionel? Then you can't speak on it. So you trying to tell me the 100 million men that's telling me one thing, I shouldn't take their advice?
Now, what they're saying is that you have to take the correct advice according to what they believe as the correct advice.
And now they got to go find that guy to give the correct advice. And 9 times out of 10, you know what he going to tell me? What all the other men are saying.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Final thoughts, Lionel.
You've had a good show, man. Although a lot of people don't ask Urban anything, I hope y'all didn't take too offense to what he was trying to tell y'all. Again, if y'all don't like what you're hearing, dismiss yourself. Concentrate on your mental health. If y'all don't like that he's had a reality or that we've had a reality and we're telling you our experience, dismiss yourself. You don't have to take it. Like, don't be coming in here trying to carry an attitude and start a fight. I have no problem fighting with y'all now. It's a great show, though. I appreciate being up here, man.
Mm-hmm. Likewise, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, so once again, appreciate everybody who tuned in to the show tonight, to this episode. I want to ask Urban Anything show. And just like what Lionel stated, right, we was having a deep conversation talking about, you know what I'm saying, the importance of, you know, people, mental health, period. You know what I mean? Coming over here to the lounge, because over here in the lounge, we be talking about thought-provoking conversation, and the conversation normally be geared towards men watching out for these certain type of women, or addressing certain behavior that women in general would do, so it can educate them and inform them so they can know how to move effectively. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point why we talk about what we talk about over here. You know what I'm saying? That's why we deal with it. That's why we talk about modern women, and different things like that. You know, it's not an attack on women like y'all think it is, but if you believe that it is, then it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. You know, I can't change your mind or anything like that. If you believe, just like what Lionel said, if you believe that the content that's been put out here is affecting you physically, mentally, and spiritually, then by all means, you don't have to be over here with the content, nor you don't have to support it, okay? Which I appreciate it, but when it boils down to it, I'd rather for you to be good. I'd rather for you to be at peace and have your mental health at peace and all the stuff there too, for you to come over here and be in the atmosphere that you feel like that is drama, that you feel like that is chaotic, you know what I'm saying, and it's making you feel some type of way. I'd rather for you to just go ahead and dismiss yourself and don't be a part of the said atmosphere, you know what I'm saying? Just like, you know, I made the comparison with people going to these other YouTube channels, knowing good and well that that content creator be doing drama, they be arguing on panels and doing things that's totally not productive at all, period. But yet it's still, you go over there and participate in it. You go over there participating. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this too. Those of y'all who go over there and participate in that said environment, right? Them are the ones who literally be having that cult mentality where they say this. They say either you for me or you're op. Do they not say that? You're either for me or you're op. You're either going to be for me, you're going to agree with me, you're going to be loyal to me. If you're not loyal to me, then you're considered as an op. And so if you're op, then you can't be a part of this community that we are a part of. That's what they say. And they want you to condone the messiness. They want you to condone all the different things that, you know, they do over there, right? But over here at the lounge, we do the exact opposite of that. Where I'm literally telling you that, hey, there's not no coats over here. It ain't no ops or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't agree with the content, by all means, you do not have to be over here, because I'd rather for you to be happy and be at peace than to stay over here. To be honest with you, and it don't matter if you're day one or not. It is what it is, and that's my perspective on that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this content I put out to advocate for, preferably for men. You know what I'm saying? And it's also for entertainment, and also at the end of the day, it is a business. Okay, so I have to run my business accordingly, whether people agree with the business plan or not. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, once again, appreciate everybody going to tune into the show tonight. Y'all are phenomenal, like always. Thank you so much. I appreciate Lionel and Sparrow coming up and sharing their perspective as well too. Appreciate y'all, gentlemen, a whole lot. Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the participation as well too in the chat. Like always, y'all are phenomenal in the chat. I appreciate my moderators as well too. Thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate all of y'all. And appreciate those of y'all who are either watching the show in the bushes and or catching the replay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Do me a favor, make sure y'all have y'all notifications set when I want to go live again, when I give out this thought-provoking content to you, so you won't miss out on it, so you could be able to participate either in the chat, or when I have these shows right here, you'll be able to be interactive and have a conversation with me, Urban. All right, so make sure you have your notifications set. Make sure also, those of y'all who haven't did it, make sure you hit the thumbs up, because it do help support the channel out a whole lot. It do pushes the algorithm where it say that, hey, I do enjoy this content, and so the algorithm is going to start showing it on your feed all the time that I am live, or I didn't put something on the community wall as well too. Oh, speaking of the community wall, I do have a new community wall. Those of y'all who are not familiar with it, you can literally go on my community wall and comment on there, put photos, whatever you want to do on there. You could literally do that. All right. YouTube had made that so the community could be interactive. To be honest with you, that was one of the things that I already knew that YouTube was doing, because when I met with YouTube, not the greatest thing I did almost 3 weeks ago, but prior before that, I had met with YouTube partner managers and different things like that on Teams, and they was telling me all the things that they was rolling out for YouTube. And one of the things was the that community thing that I'm telling you right now. Another thing is what y'all saying in the chat right now, that top fans thing. They was telling us about that as well too. A matter of fact, they was already having us doing a beta test on these things prior before it got released to the actual public. You know what I'm saying? So I already knew about all this stuff, and there's some other stuff that YouTube is pushing out as well too. I'll let y'all know this in the future, because like I say, I meet with them like every month. We meet, we have teams meetings and everything like just about every month, where we be talking about certain type of things and content and how to push out shorts, the type of rules they're changing as well too. So if it be certain type of things that I know is gonna be beneficial, then I'll let y'all know, over here at the lounge. All right. So that's why y'all gotta have y'all notifications set. All right. So other than that, thank y'all so much on Constance. I see you. Appreciate it a whole lot. So other than that, y'all have a great and phenomenal night. Y'all be safe out there, and we will see you again on the next episode.